And yet the chat window is still working fine. You can't see OBS. Mysterious. Footage is a little jolty. Oh, very jolty. Hopefully it's because they're still setting up. Ugh, nice drop. Oh my god. He missed it. He missed a free one. He did tackle fireball and then drop the next tackle, I think. The fireballs, if you have them, not all characters can you do a fireball like that. If you have the fireballs, they make the juggles very easy. Hi. I'm streaming from a brand new computer. The only thing I salvaged from the original was all the data on the hard drives. Most of the data on the hard drives. Plus the graphics card. Everything else is brand spanking new. I had to replace the motherboard. And in the process, I had to get rid of some stuff that only worked on my old ass motherboard. Like my socket type for my CPU isn't even made anymore, I don't think. Nice. Cool punish. That's ironically a better punish than I get. As Oro. If Urian does Crutch Fierce on me and I don't parry it, if I just block it, I can punish it with stuff like Stam Roundhouse. But like, you know, it's not that strong. I can't punish it with like a super. Stupid. Oh yeah, sit underneath that mirror and poke. Nice confirm. Got very little time on that one. Sounds like a safe jump almost. Or maybe deliberate fake. SA1 wouldn't even give me a better punish. I can get Crutch Fierce as a punish, I think, but I'd be too far away to get the EX SA. Oh, the Crutch Jab, it was too late. He couldn't cancel to anything because he was just going to get hit. That didn't even destroy the mirror. 12. Why is 12 such a shit character? Unfortunately, I think 3 light kicks still does less damage than 1 Crutch medium kick. Don't quote me on that, though. I was marveling at that combo that 12 did. Fank. I didn't know that was a fucking thing. Look at that. It's like did a message. I just replaced my computer with a new one, and I can't tell what's a new feature of Twitch and what's a new feature of my new computer. Or my lack of browser. One of the things I couldn't salvage was my browser profile. So I lost all my bookmarks and stuff, but I can live with that. It's not like I had anything cool in there. Went for the crutch leg kick punish there, and it wasn't available, too far out. Big damage on this. That mirror is purely for building charge. Actually, he ended up getting the hard knockdown anyway, which means he ended up getting the unblockable anyway. That's amazing, but also 12 parried out, which is amazing too. Clown porn. You're close. It's actually mime porn. I thought about making a joke about my bookmarks just being like porn search combos. And then I was going to give an example of one. And I spent a little bit thinking of the one I would give an example of. Implied Funanari spats. Hi. As soon as the stream is over, I'm gonna go on Xantai and search implied Funanari spats. Foot inhalation. Foot inhalation. Oh, it's foot inflation. That's less funny. Foot inflation is maybe a real fetish. Imagine being into feet and also inflation, and you're like, man, I need these feet to get bigger. Ugh. Got put in the corner and kept in the corner. Sad. Large kneecaps, the ultimate fetish when you've exhausted all the others. Oh, is that supposed to like, I don't remember what claps are on block. I don't have to worry about that. I know they're safe. I just duck under them, and then I whiff punish them with stand strong. There's so many things in this game you only have to worry about if you play certain characters. Or does it mean everything? So are the twins though. Also crouching Chun-Li. Chun-Li juggles really easily. Twins are a pain in the ass to neutral because of their tiny hurt boxes, but they're also a pain in the ass to juggle because of their tiny hurt boxes. Chun-Li juggles normally. In fact, she's quite easy to juggle. Jab? Mesh jab. Do it. Just do it. He's gonna die because he didn't mesh jab. Oh. That wasn't the way to do it. He did too many things that weren't meshing jab. I would have just thrown that jab out there, recklessly and shit. I would have put that jab on the screen. It's calm Yan. I was like, what the hell is this? This ain't no Yan I've ever seen. Did calm Yan just get a parry? This is a real Chun-Li. The new Tekken character. I saw like a Muay Thai looking guy with no shirt, and his name was unpronounceable. I also saw a black guy with, I think, dreads and like sunglasses. But I think he was already revealed. I saw a tweet where someone was bitching that the trailer had him being like taller than Marduk. And then in game he's like shorter than Marduk. Marduk's height is a holy thing, you shouldn't like tarnish it. The only people who can be taller than Marduk have to be fucking huge. Like monstrous. Like Nancy or whatever. Oh no, he headbutted over... Wait, what went wrong there? I missed it. Oh, he dashed under Chun-Li. Okay, so the headbutt was to get over Chun-Li's body so he could dash her into the mirror. But he accidentally dashed under Chun-Li, which is hilarious. I didn't know Yurin could get a dash like that. There's already been shades of Muay Thai characters, right? I think Bruce knew some Muay Thai or something like that. And he might not be the only one.
良さそう。あざーす。じゃあこれでいきますかい。じゃあこれでいきますよ。
Merely Muay Thai. Chun-Li versus Yurian is a fine matchup. Nice. Damn, she... What? Why would you even buffer that? Whiff punish... Huh? Was that a... what the fuck was that? Was that a failed super? DDoS was available there. Dead OS. But he got a... he got a EX. Why was he hitting multiple kicks? Why did he go up? I have many questions about this Chun-Li's execution. Best Chun-Li matchup to watch. I've always been a fan of underdog matchups, such as Chun-Li Oro. But I do enjoy my Oro matches. I got a Ryzen 7. It was cheap. They were on sale for Black Friday. It's better than my current processor, or my previous processor. Chun-Li Alex is just hopeless. It's not fun to watch. It's sad. You can't play Alex. You just have to play anti-Chun-Li. Whole character goes out the fucking window. Like, my neutral is shit versus Chun-Li, but at least if I hit her, I win. Alex's neutral is shit versus Chun-Li, and also he needs to hit her with like 20 different things. Okay, 20 is an exaggeration, but really it's like 10. I'm still using my 970. I didn't get a new graphics card. I figured 970 was pretty good, and if I wanted to replace it, it was like $400. So I was like, fuck it. Konbanwa Befkin. Kuroda and MOV ever played a matchup where Kuroda was playing Makoto? I don't know if I've ever seen Kuroda's Makoto ever. He landed. I can't imagine that was deliberate. That takes kind of a while to recover once it hits the ground. Not a while, but he was definitely unsafe. Urian's gut reaction, or whether it was like throw or jab or what, would have hit 12.
いつもと一緒じゃないの？
EX, I think he wanted EXX, huh? He might have not thought he was getting crossed up.
誰だろう。柿の種さん、こんばんは、こんばんは。
Technically, it's morning in this time zone. Oh, no juggle at all. Big loss in damage there, he could have killed.
ボンバーガールマンさん、ボンバーガールマンさんはいるよ。
I can't think of ever seeing Kuroda play Makoto. I can think of like Tominaga playing Makoto. I don't watch that many
KC は、でもまあ
exhibitions.
さすがにあるでしょう、KC は。ボンバーガ
That's
ール。
probably it, huh? Why is it not popping up? Shake my head. I guess I'll just quickly click on it. Oh, I did watch it. It was several years ago. I have no
なるほど、
recollection
な
of
るほ
it.
ど。
That means I could watch it again. I could watch myself watching it. It would be like watching it new. Except I will get my own
麻雀
commentary.
があってあれがないとかだったらちょっとね、って感じですよね、KC は。東西線参加される方、エントリー用紙に名前の記入
I
よ
think
ろ
it
し
would
く
be
お
soy
願い
if I
し
did
ます。
recognize my own URLs.
東西線参加される方は名前の記入をよろしくお願いします。
Ooh.
お、レトロさん。こんばん
What's
は、
up
こ
with
んばん
that?
は。
He whiffs the medium
今
kick to
年の6回
reposition
戦
himself or something.
ナイストップ
I don't
リ
know
ー
the
チ。
frames on that crutch fierce. I imagine it's pretty minus. I don't know if it's unsafe. It's 3 hits. I basically never see 12s touch it. This is one of the only 12s I've ever seen who pushes it. Which has got me wondering on whether it's like good. My gut answer would have been no. 12 doesn't really touch his heavies that much. Roundhouse almost never, crutch fierce almost never, stand fierce rarely. Stand roundhouse kinda. Stand roundhouse is good in some matchups and untouchable in others. Well, it's usually okay. It's like pretty minus. Look at that. He hit it and stand fierce from here and just clean beat it. Sad. That sounds like something that couldn't even happen in one day. Best of 5, how many stock? Was it ultimate or melee? Ultimate's usually done with 3 stock, right? 3 stock, best of 5. Oh my god. 12 crutch fierce minus 8. I'm doing alright. I don't know if I smell alright. I don't know if you can like assess that from where you are. Quite frankly. The strong the god normal. Those normals are genuinely pretty good hitbox wise. They're not quite as good frame wise, and they're extremely shitty in both damage and cancelability. It's not really the cancelability that's shitty, he is about standard cancels. Well, not standard, he's got to be pretty close for them, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Like, none of his cancels activate from mid-range. But he has nothing to cancel into. Like, even if 12 had a mid-range cancel, the only thing he'd be able to cancel into would be SA1. Not SA2. I guess technically SA3, but why would you run it? And it wouldn't be like a combo. Not Needle. Not Axe. You can't even fucking do the dive unless you're midair. So if he had like a Shoto low forward that canceled, it would be like useless on him. It would still be kind of cool because the SA1 cancel. When I went to LA 25th anniversary tournament in 2012, it was a huge like ballroom kind of thing, but it was like enormous. Look at it. Can't punish that. Even if it's -8, you can't punish that as Urian from that far out. That it pushes you. Anyway, they had 4 different sections, and they had I think HD Remix Online Edition, and then SF4 and SF Cross Tekken, and they had like probably like 50 machines in all fucking 4 of them. I was like, Christ, it wasn't 50. It probably was like 30 though, for each one. Capcom provided all of them, and I was like, shit. Capcom's a big company. They brought this many fucking PS3s. 12 has a lot of meter. But he's about to take a lot of damage. The double tackle is a little bit hard at the end of that one. Cool, that was unblockable. A lot of the characters, Yuri needs to move them away from the corner a little bit, but that looked like it actually, he didn't do anything to move 12 away from the corner. Urian might naturally cross the opponent up in the corner and then get the cross-up knee drop for some matchups. I didn't know he ever got that. Or gets that for his jump medium kick, but I didn't know Urian could do it with the knee drop. I've been hearing people say Peach is a god in Smash Ultimate right now. I feel like the most important thing in Smash Ultimate is having good airs. And I feel like Peach's ability to float very close to the ground is super duper obnoxious in that way. I feel like your airs are so easy to land compared to some of your other moves. Like if you have a kill move that's an air, that's so nice.
東西線参加される方、エントリー用紙に名前の記入をよろしくお願いします。
Re-election.
東西線参加される方、名前の記入をよろし
I
くお
don't
願い
even.
し
That's
ます。
unsafe. I don't even know who does get re-elected every 2 years. House members? I don't know. Mayors? I played Puff and Melee, dude. That's all I did. I just fucking spam back air forever. And then sometimes I did fucking throw rest. That's it.
あ、トマさん、タミさん、ね、チャットゼス、チャットゼス、まだ間に合いますよ。社畜です。まだ開
I
催っ
hear
てこ
Puff
と？
got buffed a lot in the last patch of Ultimate. Puff was like bottom 3 when Ultimate launched. The Elena of Smash. Oh, the red. You got a red parry. Are these characters who are top tier but also slow the game down to a crawl? In an uninteresting way. There's an EX mirror. That's why you gotta do double tap for the parry there. You do your parry on the tackle and then you parry again.
同じく
And then you back throw. If you don't parry before the freeze, that parry's either actually impossible or close to impossible.
早く人間になりたい。マシェニの悲哀。
That all comboed. That's rather difficult to do. I think.
妖怪人間かな確かに。
Ooh, menacing. You see that stare down? 12 calls Urian father. How does that make you guys feel? Oh, that didn't go quite the way you wanted it to.
来た
How come 12 has resurrection, but or Gil has resurrection, but 12 who can? 12's the one who can and has that. 12's like lore, so he can regenerate from any injury. Imagine if 12 had resurrection instead of fucking X copy. Imagine 12, but if his fucking meter's full, he comes back. This is a Kamabuki. Wouldn't that be kind of lit? Would 12 with 2 health bars be broken? In some matchups, I think he would actually be quite good. I mean, think about it. Imagine if 12 got you to half HP, and then, like, you know, whether or not he got you half HP, we can just pretend that that means he would have killed you with a second health bar. See, right now, Garian's less than half. If he could play this well for the second half, and he had resurrection, he would have
シャ
won.
ロンやるためだけに PS4 シャロンって PS4 であるんですかそうなのいないなら行きたいいないかもしんないよもしかしたらいないかもしんないよタックル変な何を今さら
Oh, he got a bunch of hits. Is
ボラ
that
タック
crouching
ホース
Yuri
だ
and stuff, or what?
そうなんだ
He didn't cancel any of them into super, but he got 3 separate hits of axe. That's weird. Light axe usually hits once after a cancel. Smart. Even if that needle was parried, I think 12 was safe. Needle counts as parrying a projectile rather than parrying 12. Even though technically speaking you're parrying 12.
もできるのやべえな
And that means that 12 doesn't get frozen. See, it was the X mirror. 12 had already thrown there. You can see his throw animation. This first frame of it. But the mirror is faster than throw.
アケコンも出てるあそう谷田監修っていうのはねあれですよね
The red parry on the last hit of
ドラゴンとかなんです
axe.
よねそれ
What
が
the
どっかの
fuck?
見たわ
How bizarrely talented. How incredibly high skill in such a weird place.
さすがにねえっす
It's over. 12 had a nightmare parry there.
アケコンいくらするんですかあ受注生産なんだあそうっすね
I didn't know that. That's sad. That's sad that I didn't know.
あのゲームならではの面白さっぽいっすよねやっぱ
They've already confirmed they're working on KO15, right?
ますよねわかんない
It's like an
よ
open secret that game's being made. Or is it not even a secret anymore? Is it just out? I don't remember if they showed a logo or something.
あれでしょ姿を現してないんじゃないのそうなっちゃうよあネクロとかもそうなっちゃうよ
I want Team New Faces to come back. They're my favorite. I also want Team USA Sports.
ねスティックガチャガチャ操作する感覚確かにそうっすねフォース勢だったんであの時代にカード作って
But I think that they need to reevaluate Team USA Sports a
あの時代
bit.
にもうすでにカードシステムですもんね
I think the neutral of KF is very interesting. It's very rushdown, but the rushdown doesn't really feel broken the way it does in like Street Fighter when Street Fighter has dumb rushdown. There's good play to the rushdown and good counterplay as well. The double mirror combo. Second one was a overhead low reset. Didn't work, but you know. A filthy chin player.
もしかしたら12
Get
で
out,
こう振
dude.
りながらごまかしながらじゃない
No
と
one
ゲ
here
ーム
wants
稼
you.
げないの。お、気づきましたか？
Chin players are just aura players in a different game.
コナミを使っていたペラッペラの実カード。あ、あれだったんですね。そう
Has
なんだ。
there been a girl Kyo? And how about Girl Terry and Girl Iori?
こんばんは、今からって感じですか？そうですね。もうちょいです。今2シリーズ新作稼働するためにカードを新しくしてた。そうですね。ペラッペラの実カード使ってました。
Headbutt. Reversal
リリースさん
headbutt.
でしたよね、今には。
Again, the EX mirror. You gotta parry twice, 12.
12の頑張りが
You
壁
can
3枚
still
でしたけ
parry
ど、
twice and then
壁
throw.
3枚でだったんですけ
Oh.
どね。
If Urian does a regular tackle, you can parry and then OS the second parry and then throw. A regular tackle mirror. Or a regular tackle, and that will throw either one.
絶妙に時代に合ってないのがいいですわ。
But additionally, if you do that OS second parry,
ね、だから
then if Urian does
背学校ですね。
an EX mirror, then you'll parry the first hit of that and then throw him. So basically, it makes your punish better. It makes it work in more scenarios.
12はウエスフィアと剣の適当昇竜で悲しみせよ。うん、まさにそれですね。スパイクアウトも早すぎた。ああ、スパイクアウト早すぎたゲームですね、あれは。
I'm ready for a bunch of new games.
いや早すぎたっつっても、
2020 needs
結
to
構
hurry
人
up.
いましたけどね。今の時代やったらもっと人いた気がする、あの手のゲームは。
12, I think
あ、
Urian
フラッ
might
シ
be
ュアウ
the
ト。
SA1 chip.
この2つですね。
Now that 12 wants to pull that out if he doesn't have to. I don't know actually, I don't remember how much chip that is. I think it's a low, so you have to low block it. You take more chip damage while low blocking. It's very subtle, it's a very small difference. If you're playing against the Gil and he does Seraphic Wing, and you stand block it versus low blocking it, you can see the sheer damage difference it does. I forget the amount. If Gil taunts, it increases damage of his next hit or combo.
みんなこんばんは。
And
こんばんは。いますよ。やはり
I saw a video of Gil taunting and then doing Seraphic Wing on a crutch blocking Akuma,
引き上げ
who
は
has the lowest HP in the game.
引き上げあかんで売名しに来ました。そして俺はもう一回入る。
And it did like it was like 75% of his health or something, I don't remember the amount. But it was like a Jesus Christ amount of health. I like how it's canon that 12 is more resilient than other characters. And then he has like below average health.
あああ。セガ
Post
は
copy
記憶に
Q.
残るいいメーカー。
What do you mean by post copy? Post copy 12. Oh. I thought you were like discussing 3 characters being on screen. Like 12 somehow turns into a character that's not Gil.
トミさん変えろ。いや、まだわかんないじゃん。いや見てないで
X
しょ。
copy basically just exists so you can fool around with Gil. Got no serious competitive utility.
全然埋まんないね。
Even though 12 is a good character, no one would pick that because it would make it so you're not 12 anymore. The biggest selling point of X copy is you stop being 12, but you can just stop being 12 anyway by not picking him.
録音かもしれない。嘘、声聞こえた？
Fug 12.
まだわかんない。
What if invisibility in this game worked like the stealth thing from Melee? where you could get hit and you do recoil and stuff, but you wouldn't actually take damage.
シェンムー3の主人公がま
I
だ
didn't
終わって
notice
ない
that
ん
for
ですね。そう
fucking
なんだ。
ages, by the way.
後でググってみよう。本気で
That
勝
you
ち
don't
目
take
したら
percentage
男に
damage when you're
ついて
invisible.
いや、そんなことないっすよ。真面目っすよ、真面目。
12 has whatever you're interested in
それなりには
between his legs. Could be anything. 12 had the kill on that universal overhead. I think he was close enough to link super, but he didn't do it.
いや、リープいい当たり方したのに見逃しちゃったから。移植はカペスが早すぎて昔。
It was kind of dishonest to say the two highest health values for Q, because Q actually doesn't. Q's health is like the same as Ryu's.
マジブロしにくいっすよ。
Urian has more health than him, and so
で
does
もガンすると大ケース化し
Hugo.
1セガお願いだからセクシー斎藤さんのためにばあちゃん新作ね。
Uh oh.
あんなん絶対新作てかいまだに
Didn't even spin the bar.
とかやっぱやってんでしょ。
Surprised that killed. I guess I'm not.
結構減るんだよ。ハクの声が聞こえました。いや、だから徳良君かもしれないですよ、それ。
Early aired air fierce. Whoa! I was watching our live do that at Wednesday night fights.
プロになってから MOV 喋るようになったからな。なんかモブ君プロになる前までは
He would do like random raw SA2s, and I was like, fuck, I would hate if he was doing those to me. But he religiously picks SA1 against Oro. I think you could do either or versus Oro, to be honest. You can't do the touch of Dizzy on Oro, but getting 99% stun on Oro is still good. I'm like similarly afraid of both supers. I guess I'm a little bit more afraid of SA1. But I don't think it's like a big deal. I feel like you can follow your heart in that matchup. I should tell him that. He'd probably like to hear that. My take. Capcom Cup. I got a dentist appointment this Wednesday. Isn't it kind of fun when you got something you're not really looking forward to, and then something you're looking forward to a lot? I don't think anything bad is going to happen at my dentist appointment, don't get me wrong. I floss. I'm excited for them to see my floss teeth. It'll probably be pretty uneventful. Probably just show up and fucking have my teeth cleaned, then leave. Oh, that's good. Look at that meter he got. Oh, EX Fukiaga and the favorable trade. Makoto's so bullshit. If I was playing, I'd fucking get right up and I'd punch Tominaga right in the face. I get arrested. Oh, I believe I believe in a heartbeat that he's got to do shit like that. The thing is, Axe is going to be a different number of hits depending on which version it is, which will probably usually be heavy, I guess. And also, I think the degree that it's mashed, don't quote me on that one. And also the spacing when it's landed, which is going to be somewhat variable. He might have timed his red parry with being close and whatnot. He didn't even get a crouch fierce when he got the red parry, that's the funny thing. I don't know who the fucking people are in commentary. Tominaga apparently steps on commentary every now and then. Obviously, it's not him now because he's playing.
戦車と歩兵ぐらいの火力差ある。本日は筋肉痛のためチャット勢はお休みします。駒さん珍しい。そうなの？畑仕事したっす。
Oh, that's sad.
きっち
And then Makoto's like way up on meter.
格ゲーマーの
We can
中
see a
で
double
も
perfect right now.
喋るの上うまいと思う。
Depending on how the fucking first hit
なるほ
lands.
ど。
Oh.
おっさんはうまいってことだね。そんな時に音声入力。
Yeah, I don't believe any fucking Smash leaks, to be honest. There were so many fucking Smash leaks, and then Piranha Plant was like literally like on no one's list. Same with Joker.
松田店長の声が一番盛り上がる。それは同意。俺もそう思います。あー、確かにね、コミュ力イコール対戦環境イコール強さ、確かにあるかも。まあそれからよっぽどね、抜けて強い人はコミュ力なしで向こうから来るからあんま関係なかったかもしれないですけど。パンダさんこんばんは。こんばんは。あの世代の方々、
Star Fox Racing was a game that was going to exist.
確かに確かに。
I don't want that.
ドスコーイ。
I want F-Zero Racing.
え
If Star Fox Racing played like F-Zero, I would take it as a spiritual successor. But also, they've been kind of bad about Star Fox games.
え太郎閉店日まで浮いてた富永さんの話ですか？
There are like 4 separate games that are just Star Fox 1.
いやなんか浮いてたっていう。
Star Fox is such a mess of a series.
それはない。みんなと仲良くニコニコしながらみんなと対戦してた。だって。
It's unclear whether Star Fox 64 is a retelling of 1.
あー、それはなんかあるかもね。
Since the characters from Star Fox 2 who were supposed to appear in Star Fox 64 ended up just getting Star Fox 2 never even happened. Then we had that Wii U one. Oh, that medium kick. Command was like... I think Command was like all over the place chronologically. Like parts of it are like prequel and parts of it are like a sequel.
あー、俺もなんかだって仲良かったの。
Space racers aren't a thing.
10何歳だ
What about like Wipeout? Or what do you mean by space racers? You mean like actually flying through space? Like 3D? Cursed.
10何個上の人。え、俺が
That's such a fucking everything in Star Fox Command is fan fiction.
俺が
But that in particular is fan fiction.
何歳だっけ？ 16の時30歳ぐらいだったかなぐらいの人と仲良くしてましたね。ゲーセンでは。
The one with all the kids forming their own Star Fox 2. With Star Fox, Fox McCloud's blue son. And, like Slippy's daughter. And then Falco, just fucking Falco. He's like the Blue Ranger. Ah. And like Peppy's granddaughter or something. Anyone remember that? The Blue Ranger stuck around. The original Blue Ranger like stayed for the next series when none of the other Rangers did. What was the next series? after the fucking original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the US? Was it like Dino
健
Thunder?
三さんが実況したことってある？実況っていうか俺ね一緒に喋った記憶ありますけどね、東西戦かなんかで。
I used to love Power Rangers when I was a kid.
ルゴと対戦して思ったんですけど、まともに差し合いしたらダメですよね。あんま勝て
I
ない
have
で
a
すよ。
vivid memory of being like
もっとよ
five,
くやりましょ
and I got a birthday cake with Green Ranger action figures
う。
on
本
it,
当の対戦ってあんまりブロッキングしないん
and
で
I
す
was
よ。
like in the bathroom before a
人
shower,
によります。
and I like peed or something, and then I was like flushing it, and I had the action figure there for whatever reason because I was a 5-year-old, and I dropped the action figure into the toilet as it was flushing, and it fucking flushed down the toilet, and I cried and cried and cried. I remember that.
ただ格ゲーのゲーセン勢の
A
煽り
true
は
story about that.
まあそうですね。まあよくやってるのは身内ですからね。そもそも。
But the cake I got had two Power Rangers on it. It was like two of the same model for whatever reason.
ペースの全キャン挑発でさくらの指。あれ対空性能ちょっとてかそもそもあれゼロ
And my mom was like, "You have the other one. It's all right there too." But I still felt really bad, even though there were two, even though I still had one, because I felt like I would never get that fucking original one back. And for like the next like 10 years, I was like, I gotta be really careful while this toilet's flushing. Better not drop anything into it.
誠相手にブロッキングなんて怖くてできない。確かに。麻雀とガンダムはただの喧嘩。あ、そうなんですか？
Oh.
パチン。
I don't know why I said, oh, I'm glad that fell out. That's stupid. The Makoto can just air to air you with a Super 2 and then get the full combo. I play the character who's the champion of stupid supers though, so I can't even bitch.
あ、タックスさん大丈夫ですよ。書いときますか？ドミニーとミモラさんの10先で、ミモラさんが楽しそうに煽ってるのが印象で、ミモラさん、まあ仲良かったら別にね、そうなんじゃないですか？それ仲良くない人にはしないですよ。
I wonder what Japan would think if they saw that we took fucking Super Sentai and made it into a high school sitcom. I wonder if there are people in Japan who watched fucking US Power Rangers. Oh, heavy uppercut. That was pretty bold. Light uppercut. If you don't know how far away you're going to end up being from the opponent, light uppercut is really reliable. Because, ooh. Oh, okay. I don't even know that was a punish, though. One, it has the most horizontal range, obviously, but two, also it's fucking the least punishable on block. And whiff. They hate it. Oh, whatever. Oh. Oh. Surprised Makoto was willing to... Okay, there it is. Surprised Makoto was willing to go for a parry and instantly hit a button. I guess he reacted that it wasn't an EX Tatsu. But EX Tatsu is so scary there. I would have been doing multiple air parries just to be sure. Oh. I did in time. That was instant Karakusa. Ken successfully jabbed his way to safety. The worst Common Ride? I thought Super Sentai like predated Common Rider. But I don't know. There's some Japanese IPs that are old as shit. There's like a Japanese like superhero that I found out about recently that's one of the top franchises in the world in terms of like money and influence. And I'd literally never seen him in my life. Went for the double DP. Raw DP is one of the scenarios where you can get double DP, yes. Oh, what the hell was that? Jabs, crush jab. That's weird to see that. You almost never see Ken's crouch jab in a vacuum. Pretty much the only time where most Kens do crouch jab is short jab short. Ultraman is like a really, really big robot that flies around. That's all I know. Very popular in Japan. Got movies and shows and stuff. Toys. Oh my god. Tell me he didn't know. He was just right. Low parry on the light DP. Oh, heavy DP got beat and Ken mashed out in EX1. I respect that. Probably got extra meter by doing that command grab first, but he has full, so did it really matter? I only know Yatterman from fucking Tatsunoko. The fighting game. Was Duranjo from Yatterman? I know there was Yatterman and Yatterman 2 or whatever. I don't remember what Duranjo was from. Okay, cool. She seemed cool.
タミさんは来るの？あ、そうなんだ。タミさん早くしてよ。今御徒町？あ、大丈夫、じゃあ書いとくよ。じゃあタミさんリーダーね。代理でやっとくから。
Lolliness. The parry into crouch fierce. I think this is Yama playing 12 right now. He's got such weird everything. He doesn't really play like other 12s. That probably... Oh, I thought that would be blockable. That was really a punish. Samurai Pizza Cats. That show got pretty westernized. I'm glad that the methodology is like the idea of how to bring a show to the US has like changed a lot over the years. Now it's like, you know, I mean, he's gotten some rounds. Tommy's sitting on 11 wins right now. I don't know if they're all his. Might have been before he hopped on, too. The dash shoe. Quick stand on 12. That's a cool one. You don't even need to change names for me, to be honest. I don't mind if my protagonist name is Yusuke Urameshi. It's a perfectly adequate name. Speed Racer was indeed Tatsunoko. Oh, I kind of want to try a Kuwabara voice, but I don't know how well I'd do. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of my favorite series of all time. I recently watched the entirety of the anime, which I'd never seen all of. I have all the manga. I don't like the filler. It really starts to lag in the Dark Tournament Saga, where they have like an entire episode devoted to a fight that was 2 chapters. Or like 1 chapter. I didn't really mind Koenma in the manga. He was like a necessary character and he was kind of funny too. But Koenma is like insufferable in the show because almost always he's doing the filler. So he's added into a bunch of scenes where he wasn't present in the manga. And he's got like a fucking Ernie and Bert back and
はい、こ
forth
んばんは。今からチーム2名進み
with
ます。
this fucking random blue Oni who wasn't in the manga at all. God, fucking Makoto's dash.
じゃあ、今から、すみません、よろしくお願いします。1P、2P は、1P がタミで、2P がフギさんのチーム。じゃあ、最初はグー、じゃんけんぽい。
How the fuck was that the first anime you watched when
じゃ
like
あ、
the
俺
programming
が
always
ね、
squeezed it between
俺
like
じゃねえけど、タミに
Dragon
なったけ
Ball
ど、
and
まあ、
Rurouni
まあ、
Kenshin or
ご
whatever?
めんね。トミにとるわ。さんが取りたい人を取るんですけど、まあ、強い人を大体決めます。僕、忍さんに2連敗した時の。なるほど。あ、そうですね。はい。はい、最初はグー、じゃんけんぽい。すいません。じゃあ、難しいな。ヤーマーさんを取ります。っていうか、俺さ、
That
旅の
looked like
チ
it
ー
didn't
ムで
grab on
旅
its
の
first active
ゲームを
frame.
決めるのおかしくない？おかしくない？おかしく
Oh
ない？
my god, help. He's done. He's not done. It's close though. Oh my
ヤーマ
god,
ーさ
he's
ん取り
dead.
ます。
He's dead.
じゃあ、フギさん取って、ヤーマーさん、
I never saw
押
it
してもらって、
titled
フギ
Poltergeist
さん取る。
Report.
僕ですね、やらか
Or
す
are you
プレイ
talking
ヤーで
about
す
like
ね。
one of the movies?
やらかすプレイヤー。タックス。
I never saw either of the movies to be honest. I just said it was one of my favorite series, but I've never even seen the movies.
修四国でもお試合させてもらって、はい。やらかされたんで、ああ、なるほど、なるほど。もうやってないです。
Yu Yu Hakusho
最
is
初
still
は
pretty
グー、
good.
じゃん
It's
け
got
んぽい。
likable characters.
で、ここでですね、はい。
Yusuke is a much more believable delinquent protagonist than any JoJo. Like we're just kind of told that Jotaro is a delinquent, you know what I mean?
そうですね。
We never see it.
ピッサドーナツさん、災害時。ピッサブロ大好き。ピッサは好き。
I don't know if I can believe that Jotaro does anything other than constant
い
lifts.
や、若干、
Jotaro's like 17, if
そう
memory
そうそうで
serves.
すね。この辺とか取った方がいいかなみたいなっていう感じはしますけど。じゃあ俺はじゃあ旅のチームだから俺の独断の偏見
Which
で。
makes him 1 year older than Konata. Or 1 year younger, excuse me.
さあカルトスタートになって
Yeah, that's like the only thing we even hear him do. He's mostly just rude.
勝っちゃったから
Jorno's indeed 15 during part 5.
そうか
It's weird because you see him next to
12やさん取ります
Koichi, who's like 17 during part 5, I think. And Jorno's like fucking 2 feet taller.
でうちらのチームに頼ます
While also not being that tall.
最初はグー
But it's whatever. Koichi is usually drawn as like 2 feet tall for no reason.
からですよね。もうめんどくさいから俺も全部パー出すわ。そうですね。
Wow, spoiler alert. Jorno beats Diablo.
そう赤い剣です。
No timeline predictions. I haven't even started it. I mean, I know a good amount about Makoto.
なるほど。麻婆豆腐。で、神チームは
Jonathan Joestar was shown to be extremely athletic. He's out there fucking playing football and boxing and shit. We didn't see anything like that for Joseph.
最初はグー。
But whatever. Maybe he was just doing it all off screen. But they didn't even talk about it with
これ横線をね
Jotaro or
アナゴさんアナゴさんラスト
Josuke. Josuke wasn't that big.
ここからじゃあうちら D5 かな
We only see Josuke
D5
without a shirt like one time, I think. Calling him Josuke 2 instead of Josuke 8.
あ左のメ
Calling
ル
him
ムルを
Josuke 2 instead of Gappy.
左のメルムル取ってみる本当に左強いから最初はグー
They're playing rock, paper, scissors. Probably to determine team leader. I feel that part 7 couldn't have been written by a straight person. It was just a little bit too homoerotic.
まあ似たり寄ったですけどまあちょっと強いのこっちとこっちかなぐらいですまあシブヤシブにじゃあタミチームは小玉さん最初はグーじゃんけんグー
That's not so long ago. That's only like 2 chapters ago or 3.
お
Did you know the head doctor's fucking 89 years old? I don't even remember the number.
なるほどはい
The head doctor's been
今さん
referenced so many times that it feels like they're trying to build up to him being the main villain.
じゃ
I don't know how to feel
あ
about the main
タミ
villain
チ
not
ー
being
ムは
um,
バルニャンさんかな
jumping into the mom. I don't even remember the mom's name.
ラスト最初はグーじゃんけんほいじゃあ
It seemed so obvious it'd be one of them.
にドラマーさん好き
The thing about part 8 that's super weird is that one, every villain so far that's appeared has died, and two, every villain fight advances the plot. There are so many fights in other JoJo parts that don't advance the plot at all.
もう少し綺麗に書いてほしいですね。初見に送ってほしいんで、僕動画でアナゴさんのやつすっげえ見たなんですよ。
But every fight in part 8 has some significant impact on the story.
今日10対10で合計20名ですねでワンピータミチームタミ富永山高橋ジュニアアナゴ D5 小
Oh, found
玉
him.
バルニャンドラマ 2P フギチームフギシノブタックスミスドタナトス麻婆豆腐ムルムル渋谷
I like how JoJo's set in Morio have like vague slice of life.
土下座さんの10対10ですねで順番決めなんで
My dude already has a stand that fucking prevents people from approaching him. How's he gonna turn young too? Does he push fucking his age away from him? Oh, Rokakak, you might be onto something. In a recent chapter, Rocky wrote it himself on a box, and it said Lokakaka.
いや、てか強い人から順にそうか
Wrote it in English.
難しいな強い人から順に書いていけばいいじゃあいいんだけど
So maybe Lokakaka is the canon way to say it.
そうですね大体土下座さん
They showed the head doctor's face.
土下座さん
We finally seen him.
土下座さんが強いわけじゃなくて、12が少しでも
そう
いっぱい活躍するところが見たいので、
いやつうかなんだろういや
I like this principal fight between rocks and fruit that's happening in part 8. You know those bitter enemies?
まあこの順番だと富士山大将になっちゃうか
Are
ら
you guys Team Rocks or Team Fruit?
ちょうどいいぐらい
上から順に取っていったってことを考えると基本的に下から選んでいく
あどんどん書いちゃっていい時間ないから10時過ぎてる2045X だけどまあ分かるキャラ書かなくていい大丈夫名前だけでいい名前だけで
Imagine you have to make a fucking One Piece fighting game. And you have to fucking put in characters who haven't been like properly introduced yet. You have to fucking show like Silver's Rally fighting. Or like what's it, Monkey D. Dragon. We don't know a damn thing about Monkey D. Dragon at all.
ああなるほどねああいいんじゃない
We know like one thing. We know like two things.
なるほど
We know nothing about how strong he is. One Piece spoiler in 3, 2, 1. One of the recent One Piece chapters revealed that Shanks in the opening of One Piece was not yet a Yonko. An S.
ああサックス不詳でいいよ
Yonko Shanks happened some point during the time skip between Luffy becoming an adult. People have been wondering about that for a long time.
俺も不慣れしい
This Odin flashback is the fucking tits, dude. There's nothing not that bad about it. It's great.
中四国で詳しい
Odin's a super cool guy in and of himself. We're getting backstory on a bunch of characters who are already really cool. And we got fucking Whitebeard and Gold Roger.
その責任だけは取ってくださいお願いします
No, not that 2 years. The other Luffy becoming an adult. From him going from 6 to 16.
あそれに20歳二十歳になった
There was like a project where someone like counted up the number of days and nights that are established in One Piece, and found out that it had been like 2 years since the fucking start of the series.
ようやく一人前になる
It'd been like at least 700 days.
4年生やけんあと2年頑張らんと頑張ってでもあれなんですね本当に干されてるんですね
I saw Stan Fierce whiff on Crouching Necro, and I just realized I didn't even know that was an issue that Makoto struggled with.
中四国大会
That Stan Fierce like needed a standing opponent. Thankfully, they'll always be standing after a command grab. Zoe is fun. I want to fuck Carrot. I should like watch the anime because I want to know what Carrot's like. Moving and talking and all that. Oh my god, you guys, I felt so dumb. The fucking dog mink named Wanda. Get it? Wan Wan, it's the sound a dog makes in Japanese. I was like, fuck. No funish. The fuck is this supposed to be? I can't open a link like that. Well, I can. Oh yeah, linking it on Reddit. Should I click it? If this is porn, I'm gonna be sad. Oh, that's... I don't like that. I don't like anything about that. They had a movie together, right? I didn't see it. Luffy and Goku are the same person, though. They're subtly different, but they should be, like, completely different, and they're not. Alright, so the formal tournament's starting. Drama and something, something, something. That's like ground, and that's below, and that's sit, I think. But don't quote me on any of those kanji.
はい、じゃあ始めていきましょう。19年11月28日、何百回目かの東西戦です。よろしくお願いします。パフパフ。先方は土下座さんとドラマーさんですね。ドラマーさんは真空流。
They just said his name aloud, but I wasn't listening.
厳しい。なんかゴリゴリ減ってる。ゴリゴリ減ってる。中足竜巻。ガードされても安いですね。はい、1ラウンド目はドラマーさんが選手して、痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い投げ返し、おっと投げれなかったかな。からじゃん投げ、何うまい。あ、でけえあの技。お上手。飛び防止して歩く。危ない。いってナイスガードからタッチ大パン。タッチ大パンが冴えてますね。おっと EX ドラスカシ投げ。さあ消えてる間は最強。出てきちゃった。熱い。ゲーブロから投げ、カラージャン投げ、Q やレミーすら出番あるのにショーンは他の道着使った方が面白い
That
っ
was
ぽ
a
いんだよ
very
ね。
meaty overhead.
中盤 SA しっかり。
Ryu has a shit ton of active frames on the second hit of his overhead for whatever reason. I don't know why it's like that. So if you do a meaty overhead, it's a lot more reactable. But you can get a surprising, like, plus frame. Like, you can literally, like, get Ryu's overhead so meaty you can link a low forward.
いってー歩いてすかそうと思ったのかな。
最強。
けど埋まっててダメでした。続きまして
はい。
今さんだ。今さんお願いします。
ドラマーさんの勝利で今さん。最強の誠使いはやっぱり三村さんで OK です。だいたい三村さんに勝てる誠使いがいないです。
I never bothered to try and interpret that name, but I wonder if it's referring to now.
三村さんより上手い誠は
And then a year.
この世に存在しません。
Ima can mean now.
残念ながら。
Is he saying it's the year 2045X?
よっしゃ。今さん来ました。
続きまして2人目今さんですね。
あれ今さんってさ、
おう
紫色じゃなかった？
紫だったね。でもたまに黄色も使ってなかったかな。
あ、そういうこと？紫と黄色の使い手？
使い分け。
いやー、すごいな。
相手キャラに応
It's
じ
the
て。
year
じゃあ
20XX.
あれか、練習
And
と試合で
everyone plays
色を変える
Fox.
みたいな、そんな感じ。
確かにあるかもしれない。
さっきのノジョイでは紫でしたが、なんと試合は
ね。
これはでも今さんがね、最近
Nice parries. Nice
ぶっ
punish.
込み力
最悪の
が
誠使いトミニーって書かれてるよ。最悪って言われてる。
何を言ってんですか？
最悪だってよ。
最悪っていう言葉の使い方が間違ってますよね。
間違ってる。
だってその文面の中で 最悪って使う場所を間違えてるじゃないですか。
そんな単語が出てくる場所は一個もなかった。
この文章を見る限りね。
なるほどね。
使う場所ないよね。
確かに確かに。
でも賢くだから違和感があってそれ突っ込んだんでしょ。
突っ込んだ。
おかしいなっつって。
おかしいなと思って。
That angle was so high. I don't think he had a combo on that cross up.
とりあえず富永
Maybe
さ
he
んの意
did.
見が聞きたくなっ
I
た。
don't think so. It was so high.
いや、やっぱおかしいよね。違いますよ。
誰がどう見てもおかしい。
誰がどう見ても。
Ken's, I think Ken's crutch like, or his light tatsu takes longer to whiff than Ryu's.
ダメ。
Hi.
じゃあ最
Ken's light tatsu is 2 hits and Ryu's is 1, I
ダ
think.
メなんか俺が悪役みたいじゃん。あれと言っ
あれ
てる間に
言ってる間に
ドラマ撮影だ。
ムルムルさんお願いします。
Learn how to engine. There's no trick to it. Well, there are a lot of tricks, but like, you know. It's mostly just knock someone over and put that fireballed engine up. Then you're gold.
達人さんが最悪って最悪。
いやいやいや、もう役としすぎましたから。
魔王って書かれてるよ。魔王はダメ。
魔王はね、なんか
でも勇者って普段言ってっからね。
俺は勇者だよ。
勇者だから
どっちかというと
魔王は違うってことでしょ。
魔王は真逆ですから。
真逆だよ
Yep,
ね。
that's me.
よくないよくない。
確かに。
でもやっぱりこのチャット勢がやっぱりまだ悪のオーラに飲み込まれて、その
みんなバカになってる。
そうですね。
Wow, look at that.
そ
See
の
that anti-air?
正しい
Ryu was safe with all
バ
that.
カになってる。
そうですね。
Glorious.
悪のオーラに飲み込まれて、
OS parry into close
みんなバカ
jab.
になってる。
そうですね。
That's a man's anti-air.
その正しいものの
Terrible reward, great success rate.
うん。
ここでちゃんとやっぱ違うじゃないかってこう目を覚ますような、
なるほどなるほど
そういう。サードストライクにしていきたいなと思います。
まだ伝わってなかった。
そうですね、残念ながら。
残念ながら。
ただ今日はちゃんとそこそこ4時間半か5時間昼寝してきたんで、
ちょっとは見せれるかも。
いつもよりは
あ来た来た
1.5倍ぐらいで動けるかなと。
リーダータミさんが
リ
来ました。
ーダータミさん来ましたね。さあ、お、
さあタックスさんそこにいるけどタックスさん何時に来るんですか。
これは
あでも結構ケツの方だな。結構ケツだなタックスさん。
タックスいやでもやっぱりタックスさんはモチベが高いんで順番なんて関係ねえと。
確かに。
Does Alex not have a punish on that fucking shadow sweep
そういうスタンス
from that range? I'm sure he
で
did.
タックン待ってるよ。そう勇者富永のね勇気が世界を救うんです。
来たタックスさん来ました。
タックン来た。タックンお疲れ。そしてタックンはちゃんとお土産を持ってきてくれてます。
確かに優秀。
多分ね。
Nice.
お、さあ来た。
Good little confirm.
やっぱね、
投げ返した。
あ
はい。
Oh my god, what went wrong?
ー左
What was Ryu doing? Jumping out? Why even bother?
左入りました。
一発投げ返しただけで終わった。
いやー、やったゆずもなか来たよこれ。
ゆずもなかですね。
タックンの時にこれで提供入りますね。
入りますね。
よっしゃ。
The person jumping, I think, can do parry into a light normal, but the problem is they don't get a combo out of that when they land.
ドラマーさんまだでも落ち着いてます。
But yeah, failing that, the person on the ground can just keep on jabbing forever. And eventually, you know,
なんか赤風呂を狙わないで。
they'll hit the guy in the air and the guy will flip out. And it'll do like no damage, but you know.
そうそうそう。そっからわかんなく
Getting the Shinko on reaction to a successful anti-air jab is a lot harder than it
ガードでいいん
sounds.
だと。
徹底したこのバナオさんを彷彿
Although I believe it is possible.
ね。
真空流の
だから対空の使い分けもうまいですね。円中パンだったり上り中パンだったり。
なるほど。七色の対空。お、うまい。小パンとかも結構。
あ
You can't just do raw jab anti-air
厳
though.
しい。こ
Nice.
れは厳しい。
Because it'll just lose to any air normal, so you have to do parry into jab.
渋谷さんお願いします。
And that means if the opponent doesn't give you anything to parry, and if your jab is late, then you know, hit them on the ground, or they land a block or something like that.
やばいこれ先方ドラマーさんが止まらない。
Shibuya playing Ken.
ね。
強えな。
ね。さあ続きまして龍拳対決。
止められるか渋谷さん。
さあ こっちのキャラの方が強いんだというところを見せられるか。
そうですね。これあくまで竜が真空だとやはりこの陣雷にはかなり厳しそうな。
そうだね。
電陣をなんとか一発当ててみたいな、そんなイメージですが、
しゃがみ中盤を相手より結構うまく使わないときついですね。
ただこのしゃがみ中盤も向こうの方が強いというね。
いや、一緒です。
先端無敵あり？
一緒です。道着は全部そうです。
先端無敵は持ってんの？
先端っていうかその1フレメ無敵はどのキャラもです。
俺それ生まれて初めて
This
知ったんだ
footage.
けど。
だから竜でも
Characters are zipping around. Can't got that low strong and didn't get the conversion.
絶望した。
Roundhouse struggle.
無敵持ってるん
It's
だ
different.
だって。
そういうことです。
無敵の通常技振ってんのに無敵ついてんの
1フレメは。と言ってる間に渋谷さんがちょっと嫌になってるよ。でもダブル入ってちょっと落ち着いた。
これはなんかもうやだ、道義戦やだ。
嫌になってる。
嫌になった。
ナイスガード、うまい。ナイスガード。今のナイスガードだよね。
ナイスガードし、ジャンプで逃げたところでなんか
My guy, Street Fighter 3 doesn't even have netcode.
うまい。しゃがみ中盤はドラマーさんの方がうまいのか。
この中盤の使い方の話してたら
Online edition just used
中盤で
GGPO.
的確に止まっていく。
素晴らしい振り方。
うまい。あっと、
ここは
ただブロッキングには勝てないんだ。
ブロッキングにはダメ。
ブロッキングには
暴れて
波動拳パンパン。リープアタッ
Cool.
ク。
うまい。
Using the universal overhead to dodge lows. That's one of the functions of it. It's quite versatile, but none of its features are that good.
麻婆さんお願いします。
麻婆豆腐さんお願いします。あ、久しぶりに麻婆豆腐。
ね。
なんだっけ、麻婆豆腐なんか提供あったよな。忘れちゃった。
はい。
Here we go.
麻婆豆腐。
なんかさ、まあサードだけじゃないけどさ、
はい。
あるよね、ああいうなんか歯がゆい展開っていうか、攻めてるけど攻めきれない、ああもうみたいな。
ちょっとね、気持ちがわかるよね。いろいろあるよね。そういう局面が。続いて登場が
Drama's on a sweep, dude. Someone stop this man.
豆腐さんの登場です。久しぶりに
That's a good start. Oh my god.
ピオル、
丸宮の
ピオル。
That was low parry too. That's aggressive.
最強キャラ。
Holy shit. Imagine being down that much health and waking up with low parry.
いや、そういうことじゃないと思うんだけど。
しゃがみ中盤の無敵とかいらなくね。
いや、誠だったらあと1手少なくてピオってっから。
いやいやいや。
大々 EX チェスト、大パンチェスト、リーチ、ペチ。
そう簡単にリーチになるわけないじゃないですか。
嘘でしょ。
ほんと。スタンチ全然見て違うから。
でもこのラウンドはドラマーさんが言わしてるね。
おお、なんとかしのいで。
Oh, good parry, good punish.
バレてんだよっつって。
でもなんかとりあえず膝出てくれっていう願いを込めて打ちますよね。あそこ暴れで。
あらじゃん投げ。あっと。
That sequence, crouch, jab, short, short, is done to make it so that the low hits would be a red parry, and or rather, the low hits would be a low. The second hit would be a low to fuck up red parry second hit. I really blundered that one.
何がしゃがみ中盤のしゃがみガードチュンリーだけで多分2フレつく。あ、リュウとリュウ
Barnyan. It is a pretty solid button. I'm not really afraid of it as a normal player, but when I fool around with Ryu, it has pretty decent returns.
しゃがみ中盤っていう連携は飛べない連携になってるんですかね。
飛べないよ。飛べないけど投げ届かないからね。
あ、そっか。
ガードされる。
So S rank this Ken just got. How do you do that? Didn't really look like an S rank to me. I guess he got some nice aggressive parries into super conversions, and those are good. It's hard to get good ranks with Ken, to be honest.
そんなのがあったら俺はとっくに使ってるから。
使ってる。
He doesn't have super long combos. And he doesn't dizzy that often, almost ever.
立ち中盤がまず。
立ち中盤？立ち中盤が
あれこのゲームで一番優位に取れる技。
また。
Whoa.
あれ？
フリーズしました。
ノーシグナル。
ノーシグナルいただきました。
何これ？
何これ？
消しま
シャッ
す。
トダウン。これはあれですか？いや、なんだろうね。これは
What do you mean
ノ
by
ー
rank
シグナル
system?
は初ですね。
Let me jump ahead a bit.
帰ってくともこう直していいですか？
Their fucking machine froze.
ガタってなって、
Oh, the grading system. I don't know why I
ちょっと
didn't
衝
interpret
撃が
that
あ
as
っ
rank
て落ちた
system.
と思われます。
I explain it all the
こ
time
れもう一回
whenever
もう一回
someone
麻婆豆腐さんの提供入れた方がいい
asks about it.
もう一回入れよ
もう一回入れようか。
う。
I'm sure someone can fill you in, or I could just fill you in.
本日の
But I feel kind of weird now
登録
because I'm constantly explaining
ナ
it.
レーターの提供
It gives you higher points based on. It gives you higher grades based on your
いや
points,
大丈夫
basically.
大丈夫。今ちょっと
It
なんか移動
grades
処理やってる
how
だとしたらちょびっ
how
と
often you block.
一定
Often is
死んだ
bad. How often you parry.
キャラ差ですね
Parrying is good.
これがキャラ差を
How much meter you use compared to how much you build. So it wants you to use almost as much meter as you build, and it wants your meter use to hit. So if you do a super that whiffs or you do a fucking EX move that's blocked, it doesn't like that.
あれ
But if you do EX moves that hit and you do EX moves that are blocked or supers that hit, it loves that.
そう
And you get bonus points for supers that kill.
見つけたっていうか
You get whenever you get a super finish, it gives you a higher score. It gives you points when you taunt.
確かによく当たりは
It gives you points for getting fast kills, I think. It gives you points for not losing that much
あれ
HP.
あれ
And it gives you points for what else? Successful grabs. That's pretty much it.
大パン当たるよね
It likes when you throw and it's not teched. And that counts command grabs.
そっか
そうなんだよあれ
Oh, and it likes
そういうこ
dizzies.
と終わっちゃったよ
If you get a dizzy, that's good.
終わっちゃった
次小玉さんお願いします
So it just ranks up all those things. And then gives you a rank based on them. Also, there's a tiny factor of which character you play, because certain characters, not only can certain characters get, like for example, dizzies more often than others.
フィーリングってあるじゃないなんか
XS is not the highest rank, fun fact. There's quite a few above it.
あこいつ頑張ってくれるわみたいな
XS can have plus, 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 or plus, plus, plus. And then also there's MSF, which is higher than XS.
口
Red parries don't give you any more than blue parries, I don't think. In fact, red parries probably give you less because you have to block something first. And the game doesn't like when you block.
登場が児玉さん
小玉さんですね
It's very, very, very weird to have a real MSF. I've seen like 3 ever,
なんか剣で息吹やりたくないっていう人はなんかいて
and none of them have been like 2 good players. It's always been like a good player and a bad player.
剣側が
らしいね
But you have to be at least kind of good,
なんか
or else the good player's not going to be able to parry you a lot. If you're like trash, then you're going to be unpredictable, and the parries are not going to come easy. Lowest rank is like G, or like
そういう
F.
こと
I don't remember how low it
プ
goes.
ロ昇竜拳を
I think it's G.
おー
いって
うまい
あのパンチはね
ね
強いんだよ
ね
あ
あれはなんか剣のジャンプ攻撃系に全勝ちしそうななん
あー
か高さが届かないよね多分
Oh, losing around counts against you a lot as well, obviously. It's not even yeah F or E, it's like G.
けどあんまりあれやると先読みの EX さすがに飛んでくるから
I think I saw G recently, and I was like alarmed.
戦争ですな
でもそうすると息吹半分減るからね
お
The thing is, I think it still gives you a rank if you lose.
やりたくねえけど
まあしょうがなくやってるみたいな
でもこれがでもゆぶき側のリトマス試験
In arcade mode.
お前
なるほどね
知ってんのかとこれにちゃんと
So you can see some truly bad ranks in that context.
お仕置きっていうお仕置きあんまないんだけどねあうまいね
Yeah,
う
fair.
まいうまいうまいゼロスリーみたい
You might have to win, I don't remember.
使ってるから空投げ強いからね
You need like time overs and stuff.
嘘でしょ
And like both players only landing like normals.
俺 V 号機
Just single normals.
あれ強い方だよすごく
いや俺そういうのガチ勢じゃないからわかんないです
I say Team Makoto still needs a bunch of fucking
竜の扇風機あれで合計
grabs. Oh, I was gonna say, characters can't necessarily dizzy the same, so obviously some characters have an easier time getting high ranks than others. Or like some characters have really long combos, and long combos help.
まあなんか
But also some characters it just like lowers the score anyway. I know Akuma's one of them. And I know that Sean it raises the score. So it's literally like, well, Akuma's a good character, so if you do well with him, we're not gonna reward you.
ある程度必要ですよね
But Sean's a bad character, so if you do well with him, we'll give you a nice score. So Sean gets like higher grades easier than other characters.
に踏みされるからね。
な
で
るほどね。
表裏決まって即死です。
It's kind of funny they did that because it means they had an idea of the tiers in the game when they were releasing it.
D5 さん D5 さんお願いします。
D5 さん
Seeing as Akuma is a
D5
high
さん
tier character and Sean is a bottom tier character. They said in an interview recently that they made Sean bad on purpose, which was very long speculated among the community. Obviously, Sean is beyond gimped from Second Impact.
マジで
But it's not just nerfs, nerfs, nerfs. They went all the way.
そう
いや
ジャンプ以降遅いから飛べない。
They knew they weren't making him like a functional character. Oh, the double DPs. You don't need the car on Elena.
なるほどね
Well, you don't need the car on Elena unless you start from certain starters. Be more accurate.
D5 さん強いな
あ
If you start from low forward, close strong, or raw DP, you don't need the car on.
これもうね県内だからねしゃがみくらい。
なるほど
もう戦争だよ。中パンブレイブ対中パン陣内の戦争が始まってる。
It's a gag.
運ゲーでどっちが勝つどっちが勝つっていう。
They've also said in interviews they had no idea how much SF3 would be played when they made it.
ござれ
あー
They like didn't know they were gonna make this huge lasting thing,
運ゲーです。
でもこういうのを
and they said that they would have done some stuff differently if they knew like what its legacy would be.
お互いが中パン押すんすよ。しょうがねこれがやることねえやつって。
頼む神
そう
様頼む
神様俺に2分の1っていうか運をくださいっていう。
同じしゃがみ中パンとしゃがみ中パンだから本当に五分だよね
Basically, them saying, "Oops, sorry, Chun-Li's low forward is good."
五分だし
They probably just would have made
さあでも
Sean
こ
not
れ
that
エンナ
shitty,
にゲージ試させなかったのはちょ
but
っと
they
今
didn't
回
fucking
そ
explain.
っかサクッといってね
サクッといって
So that's just me speculating.
2本あるとねさすがに震えるからしゃがみ中パン同士だと
So Akuma's only a special encounter in
開幕
Second
に
Impact.
あったらもう
ちょっと震えてるも
開幕から戦争
In
が
Third Strike, he's just a regular character.
ん。うわ飛び込みからコアコア陣内。ナイスガード。
謎の
何リープ3連発。リープで近づいてくる。
でもやっぱ
あ
歩いて近づくよりリープで近づいてった方がこの沖の中足とかに引っかかんなくていいんだ
ーなるほどそういうこと
かもしんないわかんない
いってあ投げ返した大 X 昇竜拳
次ジュニアさんか
ジュニアさんだねジュニアさん
ジュニアさんいやでもこっちも真ん中
Why is the Elena dead?
今日あんところ
Why can no one beat Mabo Tofu?
スイッチはねやってねえな
He's on a streak right now that's like 4.
スイッチはしてないんですよねごめんなさいね
本当は2窓でやってたんだけど
No, I was 4.
そうおめえっつ
Because
っ
it
て
like crashed.
仕方ねえっつってスイッチ悪いっつって YouTube でやってる感じかな
YouTube の方が見てくれる人が多いっぽいんでね
まあねみんなに見てもらってなんぼでこう細く
Beat
なる
Ryu.
みたいな
Then
感
he
じ
fought Remy and it crashed.
あ
Then he beat Remy.
うまっ
外国に来ごめんなさいねって感じ
そうだね海外勢好きなんだけどねサード、
ねそう PC がねやべえっつうんすよ
Which KOF?
もうほんとパソコンの右下からもうなんかパフォーマンスが高い CPU の負荷がどうのこうの
そう一生出てくるから
Early jump hard kick.
ペコペコ出てきて
After he got parried from a super late air attack, which people don't usually time their anti-air parries like that. 14, good one.
さあジュニアさん実は
ほい
為替
And then they kind of immediately jumped again and did a very high air attack.
これ閉店1日前に行ってさ
あ
で
It's kind of an interesting mix-up people don't talk about very much.
あ
An anti-air parry only lasts 4 frames.
あ
あそこに置いてたみたいだから
あ
ウェア
そうなんだ
ハウスの筐体はジュニアさん
I think.
のジュニアさんたちの
Don't quote me on that number.
グッズだったというね
そうなんだ
だからウェアハウスの人たちはジュニアさんにあざーすって言わないと
確かにアザースが
How could it not have been Shunai? I thought everyone played Shunai in KOF14 now.
いつも引退じゃないですけど
KF14, like, it's got so many really interesting characters, but it seems like people only play like 10. And the game doesn't even really seem that
や
unbalanced.
るとこなくなっちゃったよね
そう
So it's a shame that, like,
自分たちの代だから
あ
これからどうして
there's that lack of character variety.
どうしてもちょっと遠くなっちゃうかなとかっていう話を
あ
さっきしてましたね
お真冬さんがあそこ
Yeah, it
に
is. It is typical KOF.
これは
はい
アザース
I've seen good Kukri.
アザースの人
He seems like Guile almost.
すごいっすよ
Motion Guile. Wow.
お土産
That jump parry
チ
would
ョ
have
イス
been
に
really
迷っ
nice
ちゃった
play if he did several of them.
何お土産持ってこようかなって考えてる間に
寝ちゃった
Yeah, it's like if someone's gonna play a weird character, they only play one weird character. Now, don't get me wrong, you still see those guys, and by those guys, I mean the guys who play 3 big
続い
grapplers.
てリーダー藤さんお願いします
来ました藤さん
You've still got the fucking
藤さんいっぱい
Came Blue Rivers.
あ
I think Came Blue River plays KOF, and I don't even know if he plays a big body team.
ピーテッドレイサーさん
Someone verify.
トレーサーさんアザ
アザーススパチャ
アザスパチャ
これ藤さんのえい
藤さん来ました安定の麺べいいただきました
I bet if KBR plays KOF 14, I bet he uses King of Dinosaurs.
来てくれました最強のサウザー使いの
藤さん
藤さんですね
Iori's kit is just powerful.
麺べいということで
So every time they fucking recreate him, they recreate him by giving him like a fucking command grab and Rekkas and shit.
山口油屋福太郎
I say that, but Claw Iori didn't have Rekkas.
サードではやべえキャラ
サードはやっべえキャラ使ってます
Of course, he was still a really strong character. The biggest downside of Claw Iori is you couldn't pick fucking
でもやっぱちょびっと弱いんじゃないの
EX Iori,
みんなこれうまいから
あ
みん
なかキャラ
なん食ってくださいね
対してるね
Who is
うんち
even
ば
better
やってます
おう
but Claw Iori was still like a high
そうで
tier.
すねで藤さんからね告知があるということで
はい
12月8日
はい
福岡の博多のグリーンでですね
はい
年末5オン
I like Iori more than I like Akuma, to be honest.
そこではサードストライクの5オン大会が開かれるそうなのでもしお暇でしたら遊びに来てくださいということで
グリーンまで暇な人はちょいとグリーンまで
ちょっとだけ飛行機乗れば行くから
そうちょちょいって
はいちょこっとね
Nice.
まああとあれですまあ来年になってしまいますが来年に
I remember really liking Nelson. And I was like, I can't wait to see like a good Nelson player. And I think in all the time KO14 has existed, I've never seen a Nelson player.
来年もあるんですよね
I'm sure someone out there plays him.
出場されるみたいですそして富永さんも出場されるみたいです
なるほど
そして忍くんも出場されるみたいです
みんな出ると
はいみんなで北斗とサードは
I play Kenso in every KOF game.
なるほどなるほど
And I almost never see any Kensos in any of them.
なんでちなみにチーム
Why the fuck does no one pick Kenso?
忍くんは一緒です
あそうなんだ
Oh, no way.
おお
やる
Why is he so unpopular?
と言ってる間にって感じですね
世紀末武道会もよろしくね
藤さんがお上手でした続きましてアナゴさんお願いします
アナゴさん
I played Kenso in 13.
さあ並んだよ
He was fun in that game.
人数並んだ
Rekkas. A one frame command grab sleeper.
誠にもペーレってあるもんねいやないです
Joe is cool, but
見たことあります
remember Hua?
誠にペーレってなんてい
Hua was like Joe but
出
cooler.
ないけど
や俺見たことないよ
見たこと
Hua
ない
was Joe with a command grab sleeper and getting
そん
drunk.
なんあったら俺とっくに
And also higher damage. And also better
アラクサ
neutral.
当たったらパチってやればいい波動パチってやればいいだけだもんね
そうねえそんなんねやる
やるね
で
But Joe had a fireball.
誠行くぞ行くぞは
Kenso changes every game from what I can tell.
人待ちでしたよ今
The only universal things for Kenso are the uppercut and the fireball.
引っかかってる
Every other tool is comes and goes.
お風呂入ってたら藤さんっすそうっすね
さあ富士山来ましたよ
なんか
Joe had like two. I think no, he had three. He had 3-bar kills. I think he had 2-bar kills, but he had like definitely 3-bar kills from like a ridiculous number of starters.
鼻だけじゃなくて
そう
But all of them required like perfect hands, like getting the hands on the right frame and then mashing it the right amount.
ちゃんと見た上で言ってた
Hua was like always high tier, but like sleeper top.
やるよ
Hua like slowly crept his way into
高橋さん
like upper mid to high to like top over the lifespan of the game. In theory, it's not like people were picking him more. But new tech was being discovered for him. Hua was the only character who could get 1-bar kills, I think. And he could get them He could get meterless kills if he was drunk, so you can call that a 1-bar kill if you want.
ここの提供
But he could touch of death you with like nothing. He had like a
さあ続
He
き
had
ま
both.
して高橋さんですね。さあしっかり
if there are no grapplers, then explain
え
that one.
あなるほど
Explain Clark. You're telling me that Clark can just fucking towards kick
うわ
kick
弦の外
his
か
way
ら
over
捨て
to
て
me
く
from
る
half screen and then grab me, but he's not a grappler.
からじゃん投げビンタはいはい皆さんこれ
皆さん
ふぎさんからの麺べ
ふぎさんにあざーす
あざーすって言って食べてください
ふぎさんあざーすあざーす
と言ってる間に1ラウンド目は高橋さんですねが取りました
Oh, how do you deal with like
黒
fighting
田
them?
出る黒田はいないですよ
今日いないっすね
I remember that
最近見てない
Zhen talked about using neutral jump to
あーっとほよ
bait and punish EX kunai, but honestly I've never had that much success with
久
that.
しぶりに会いたいよね
確かに最近見てないあーリバーサ捕獲体力差を利用して
Be aware of her block stringing into V skill. Look for the patterns because you can forward jump on a V skill and you can fuck Ibuki up if you ever get that read. You get huge damage.
全然減ら
The
ない
range that Ibuki wants to use V skill is coincidentally the range where she can get jumped in
あーなるほ
on
どね
and eat a full jumping combo. And a lot of Ibuki's autopilot it.
あ
Oh, third strike. What the fuck? Hold up. I don't know. I don't know how to help you.
さすがにもうリバーサ捕獲はできない
I just got confused when you said MVCS combos because she doesn't really have those in third strike, I don't think.
立っちゃったタッチガードしちゃったねあ中足打った
あ中足打ったら当たっちゃったんだ
今でも C ついてましたよ C ミスタードーナツさんお願いします
It's hard for me to give third strike
ミスター
advice.
ドーナツあ間違えたあやって
からもうテレビが消滅したからもうマジ
Play better.
とかわかんねえんだけどあ
買わない
藤さん
買わないのえ違う
マジ
Clark is cool.
ここに
He's got such a simplistic design. Not only that, but he's a head swap.
行こうかいきなり落ちてたんだけど
How is it possible to have a design that good,
の人
ああれ
but
かも
that
しれない
simplistic?
タックスかもしれないワンチャン
タクさん
It's his personality too.
怒られた
You can see it in his fucking poses and whatnot.
あれなんで
関西弁で怒られた
あれこれ絶対不義だと思ったけどなまあいいや、
ね
あこれじゃ
まあ置いとこ
あカウンター預かりでお願いします
うんまあとりあえずここ置いとく
マジか
と言ってる間に高橋さんがチュンリーキラーになってますね
やべえな強えなあそれでまたさらにまた完全体これ
完全体ではないね減ってる
In 13, I played Ralph for a bit. Anyone remember Ralph?
逃げれねえ画面端
な有利がでかすぎて投げれない
He did links and stuff. He was super weird. His combos were bizarre.
おおうまいベンベン
エル
おー欲望
お
の
お
捕獲で
互角魔人ですね
Ralph got a command normal in 13, and I think it was his first command normal ever.
何か
And having a command normal is a huge deal in KOF because of the way that
こ
the
れ行きますか
canceling
久し
system
ぶりに
works.
タードさんやるかな
棚に今日久しぶりに
喉
どうですか
喉の調子はどうですか
喉の調子は
最近元気ない
But to compensate, he like lost his command grab. He's like had a command grab in almost every game.
今日厳しいっすかセルフはちょっと様子よ
様子
The
見
command normal is probably better than a command grab would be, but it's still like, oh, it's
最
Thanatos.
近元気がないと
You wish you could have both.
仕事にやられてるんす
All right, I gotta study up.
いやーまさか
I don't have to study up in this matchup though because Thanatos will win handily without trying.
疲れてる棚にを見るとは
I remember.
セルフ行こうかな
Oh
と思った
wait,
ん
you
です
made
け
it.
ど
ね
You showed me a video to how bullshit his mix is. It's probably just gonna be fucking Clark armoring everything.
元気出してほしい
I saw a video like that recently by 8sin I am whatever. Clark command normal.
これ
It's like a down towards fierce or something, or was that Ralph's? The fuck is Clark's? Oh, cool.
痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い長い長い長い
何これ
KF12 was that? KF12 was all new sprites. That's like the one good thing you can say about it.
全然
しゃがみ中盤が潰れた
11 reused sprites.
さあ地域キックが刺さって1ラウンド目高橋さ
Oh
ん
yeah, down towards A. Excuse me.
そらサードやるぞってきて
It's
こ
the
ん
same
な
one
ピン
for
クな
both
こ
of
とおっ
them.
たらなだって
What is this? Anti-air command grabbed. Why that? He didn't even get the combo.
色関係ないよ、
色は関係な
I
い
guess the corner would have been nice. The uppercut! Dennis is on some other shit that's unblockable. That's like a nice setup. I do that myself. It's so simple. Oh, one too
色。
many.
うわ、うまいな
Why is Dennis so weird? Why does he do such weird shit?
投げてたかな
If he was just consistent,
いや、
these taunts mean nothing at this stage in the
投げ
battle.
返し決まって結構痛い
Q's like dead to one good hit.
うえ
Oh, that hit though. Whoa! He was trying to meme. Whoa! I only see that once every never.
天才現る。
He actually did a very low damage combo for what he had.
うえ
He started with an air stomp,
投げ返し
and that means that's the same as starting with a jump and stomp. So he could have done right here. 1, 2, 3. He could have done another rep of chicken and then done a uppercut. And that might have killed.
だ
That was just bad math on his part. Or bad recognition.
着地に捕獲を
Only
受けました
visible to me.
さらに運が悪い。
続きましてタックスさんお願いし
タック
ます
スお願いします。タックスは副賞だから。
It's like a sleeping Kirby. Oh, he's fucking gone instantly though. It's not fair.
これは福菱で、福菱でいいのかな、福菱でいいのかな。
Thanatos, you can like obviously see that he's unbelievably talented, and he gets wins on crazy good players.
ズムーン帝国から
But he also like throws so many matches just doing weird shit. Like that jump in into delayed fucking uppercut.
干され対策
It worked, that
こ
one.
の干され対策は
But he does so many like ridiculously needless risks.
逃げないようにいっぱい両替させて座らすっていう。
I remember when I was learning Oro, there was only pretty much footage of him and Dirty Ompu.
なるまで
Dirty music, dirty musical note. And they play so differently because Dirty only does the very, very consistent, safe
登場が副賞タックン
stuff.
ズムーン帝国からの
I like couldn't think of Tung's name recently.
いただいております
I was like freaking out. I was like, what's his name?
ゆずもなか
It's bothering me.
いただいております。後でこれみんなで食べてくださいね。2個も買ってきてくれた。
ね
Oh, was that a punish? I
本
think
日の
so.
提供は
I talked to Tax recently, if you guys can believe it.
福菱か
I went into one of these things live and he was in the chat. And I fucking had a conversation with him in Pigeon Japanese. Psych, I think it was in English. Yeah, it was on my phone.
和歌山県です。
なんちゃらなんちゃら白浜町ですね
そうですね。
白浜町の福菱の提供で本日の東西線はお送りさせていただいてます
ここからは福菱でお送りしております。たっくんどうだったんだろうね。スムーン帝国は楽しんで。
Oh my god, that could have been kill.
なんかたっくんだけ
No,
じゃ
it
なくて
couldn't. It's healing Elena and he didn't have
他
meter.
の人も言ってたっぽいからね。
あそう
That could have been nothing.
一緒に行ったんだね
Jump back fierce.
あれでも一緒か。
That was desperate.
あれ
This should kill fairly comfortably with no meter. What a, not the right combo. KF13 got one balance patch because it had the arcade version originally,
たっくんめっちゃ怒られてる。
and the arcade version had quite different balance than the console version that we got, including a very, very broken Maxima and a very, very broken K-Dash.
キャラさ、
すえ
キャラさ、
すえ
When the game
続
shipped,
きまして
the
山さんお願いし
ヤ
ます
マさんお願いします。
did I say broken Maxima? Broken Raiden. The Raiden that we got shipped was not nearly as stupid. And the K-Dash we got shipped was actually good, but also incredibly difficult.
西室軍って呼ぶ
13 is my favorite
西村
KOF.
君
無理だよ。それは無理だよ。
絶対読めないね
それ無理だよ。
Drop kicks were really dumb.
おあ
It was like when they made, it was like tap in season 1 ROG, but like better because it was one button.
アクション仮面さん早く東京来てく
They
ださ
got
い。
more, it did more damage, it was faster, and it was more plus the longer you held it.
いや
And you could charge two of them at the same time.
そう、もちろん。
And you can still tech throws because throw teching is like towards the E.
世界の一部を。
ねでなんかねなんかいい香りがするアクション仮面さんが迎えに来ればそこで、うん
そこで。
あれ風呂入ったみたいな
あとはあえて何も。
Given how the system mechanics work, I'm surprised there are as few infinites as there are.
何も言いません。
一緒にご飯連れてくよ
そう。 その際
in
の時だからちゃ
KO13.
んとアクション仮面さんから俺ら受け取っとけばいいんですよ。これでなんとかしてくれっつって。
あーでもね
There were a lot of different ways to like touch of death someone, which was super
ちょ
cool.
っといいステーキあるんだよね。
いくらぐらい
子供さんステーキ好きかな。ね
好きでしょ。
Kyo has one. I remember
安い
EX
のだと
Iori and Benny, and I was trying to think of who the third
コー
was.
ス
I
3万
was
ぐ
like,
ら
is
い
it
で
Chin?
普通のコースで6万ぐらいじゃな
The
い。
fuck was Kyo's?
そんなところに行く人がいるんだね。
戻ったら首に鉢巻き巻いたりしない。しないしない。
大丈夫大丈夫。
大丈夫だよ。
I don't remember that. How do you get it to
いや
work?
すっげえ吉原より高くはなるかもしれない。
高いよ。だって3人分でしょ。
だからサービス料多分15%とか取られるから、それプラス。
うーわ。
Oh,
それ誰が行くの
15% ぐらい。
it's like the Pac-Man Infinite. What the fuck were they thinking with Pac-Man? That shit's hilarious. That's my favorite Infinite in any fighting game.
なんか難しい感じのとこっすよ。ググればすぐ出てくるっす。ウグイスダにステーキとかで。
あ、ごめん。
Is that the Infinite being performed?
アクション
I don't need to see it, but I'll verify what it is.
ステーキ食わしてくれ。
Oh, yep.
ステーキ
俺が言ってる
連れてくから。
俺が言ってるんじゃないんだよ。カシ君が言ってるんじゃない。
違う違う
You want to know something really funny? I don't know how many people know this. In 13, if you do throw in the corner as Kento, you get combos out of it.
いいとこ。
If you do throw into Neomax, it won't combo. But if you do throw into Neomax and then pause the game before the Neomax hits and then unpause the game, the Neomax will combo. To this day, I wonder what the fuck is different. Why does pausing it make the combo work?
何？
ガードブレイクした。
One of the great mysteries of the universe.
忍さん。
忍さんいってらっしゃい。
忍さん。
Yeah, what the hell? I never thought about that, trying to do it in tournament. I only ever thought about doing it online where you can't pause.
やばい。
Just pause, get up and shake their hand.
さんが怒って
That would work, I feel.
忍さんめっちゃ。
And then it's like, well, I don't, it's like, you know, someone getting mad. It's like, what if I'm not dead? And you're like, oh, just unpause it. And then you fucking show that it kills.
なかなか偉いよね。っていうのは。
Shout outs to Kenzo getting combos off there in the corner. That shit was fun.
誰も
He could get some huge damage too. Kenzo's combos were fun. I love
あと
Kenzo.
ウグイスダにじゃなくてもいいんだったらね。
What about Kenzo eating meat buns? He couldn't do that in 13. It's a shame.
いいステーキ屋さん
もう。そこまで高いところじゃなくてもいいから、もうあれだよね。もう肉のチャンネルになったよね。
そうだ
なん
ね。
かもう食わして肉。
You couldn't do a Neomax in that drive cancel combo because it requires a full drive.
チーム決めしながら言ってたよ。
You could if you were already activated, which would like you wouldn't be.
でもね、ヤマさん強いんだよ、普通に。
ね。
正直。
But Neomax did more damage than a one drive cancel. It might have done more damage than two drive cancels, but I don't remember.
最大タックルガードしてしゃがみコパン。
タチコパンが最大じゃないか
えあ、立ちが最
な。
大。
タチが最大。センターはね。
Oh, I remember transformations in fucking Brawl taking an hour.
なんだそれ。
That was stupid.
あれがじゃあほあれが
Remember
安定
console
モード
Shang Tsung
安定
and
の反撃
versus
わかんないこれ
console Shang Tsung versus arcade Shang Tsung in MK3.
ちょっとこれさ、強すぎないこのキャラ。おかしいやろ、これ。
I don't know if it would do more damage. I don't know. I gotta like look at all the fucking. I feel like there was some reason it was still good to go for. But yeah, you could do like EX uppercut into like dive, punch, and then get a combo from there, and it might end up being stronger.
サービス量。
そうだ。
120クレから200クレの間ぐらいだと思います。
なるほどね。
あ
あ、全然余裕じゃん。全然余裕。
なんだなんだ、すごい打ちだ。あーっと。
うわ
I could open up KO13 and try it. I still got my Kenso execution, I bet.
ここでコパン5発分ぐらいの投げが決まる。
I could do a couple touch of deaths with Kenso, but they were all 5 bar. I don't think he even had a 4 bar touch of death, or I didn't know any.
あー、縫製が切れてる。
厳しい。
I used Kensho Ryo Shen, and then later Seki Ryo Kenso.
タミさんお願い
Those
し
are
ま
my
す。
two teams.
神さん。
I like didn't believe that Kenso could be anything other than a point character, and then I saw what's his name Toshi, I think, using his Kenso, and I was like, you know, Kenso can be an anchor if you want him to be.
さあ来ました。 キングギドラの1個下、
1個下のタミさんです。
この伝説の、さあみんなこのタミチュンリーのムーブに震えていきましょう。副将対大将、
ボディービルダーさんたちがユリアンの肉体美を語ってました。
嘘やっぱプロから見てもこの肉付きはやっぱ
I
り
like that
すごい
system, but I feel like being able to do it off of lights has been pretty nasty.
あいつ仕上がってんなっつって。
こいつ絞ってんなみたいなそんな会話をしてるんですね。
Point character's just your first character anchors, your fucking third, that's all. But it affects how much meter you have access to, and also how much meter your opponent has access to. For example, if you're playing, a lot of supers are really good at beating fireballs. So if you've got a really fireball heavy character, running them as the point character can be good because your opponent doesn't have meter yet.
タミが
For example,
おー逆転
there are a lot of characters who can use their meter really efficiently, yeah. Like Vice and KO13.
うまい。
なら OK だ。
So putting an anchor Vice is almost always where you saw her.
肉の油で満足してもらえるかななんて。
一応じゃあ俺もその
Certain characters are really strong in the lead position, but bad in late positions, and vice versa. Certain characters aren't really good if they've got no meter to spend. You almost always saw a character like Shen late on, but he wasn't that good as a lead.
これは終わるやつ。これ
あーち
は
ゃんと歩いてやってんね。
これ動画
できてん
に
ね。
動画に
できなかった
できなかった。
But as KO13 went on, more and more often you would see people just running 3 anchors.
ダッシュ投げ。
The idea of a point character slowly disappeared.
あ、うまい。
うまい。
Nice.
さすがキングギドラの1個下は違いますね。
あ、でもタミさんも落ち着いてますね。焦んない。
勝ち急いだら負けですよ。
そう、さっきみたいに勝ち急いで走るとああなるんです。
はい。
まだ知らないですね。
さあファイナルラウンド、これは
Other way around.
ゲージ状況的には若干タミ有利だ。お
Well, that's true.
あ、うまいね。
But all of those characters were used as anchors early on and then used as the whole team later on.
タミさんうまくなった？
It's really more just that the best characters were used at the end because they were the most efficient uses of meter. And then it was like, you know, your team is better if you've got 3 of the best characters on it.
ダッシュ投げ。
すげえことやんな。
EXP は
It's not like EX Iori is bad at using being a lead character. Don't get me wrong. It's just that he was, if you're going to run him on your team, he was a good anchor.
これ一つもうまくなって
But then if you're going to run Mr. Karate too, it's like, you know, both of them are a good anchor. But also your team is good if you run both of them. And they can't both be the anchor. And eventually you get to a point where you've got EX Iori, Mr. Karate Kim as like the most common team.
アビゲイルの体は1日マグロ300貫食べないと体験していけない。
This has gone all the way to the team captains.
そういう目線で見てんの面白いな。
Mr. Karate is not only a good character anyway, but he also has a shit ton of gimmicks. Stuff like EX quarter circle forward kicks.
さあじゃあいつもの行きましょうかね。
Or like his fucking teleporting command grab.
やった方がよかった。
Or his Neo Max that can just land on you from anywhere on the screen. So he like destroys you if you don't know the matchup, and also he's like a really good character if you do know the matchup. He has like really good one drive, which for the record Takuma did too. If you don't want to use your whole drive meter, if you just want to use half of it, he's fantastic at that.
あーっとそれはやべえな。それはやべえな。富永さんちゃんとさっき言ってた勇者みたいなとこ見せないと。
Yeah, that was a feature of a lot of good characters. Almost everyone in the game gets good damage off of 2 drives. But a lot of the top tiers got really good damage off of 1 drive. Like I think Benimaru set up his infinite off of one drive. And the Ori as well. Actually, Benimaru might have just needed an
これ
EX
はね
move.
ナイス恥脱出だね
I don't even think he needed the drive. I don't remember.
あこれは減るぞ
You could do uppercut into air fireball and that would set up the infinite. I don't remember if you could set up the infinite off of an EX fireball.
最強技です
Ironically, both of them didn't have that great of like activation combos, hyperdrive combos.
あ富永さん落ち着いてるね
They were just okay.
リーチ
I think Mr. Karate might have been able to kill from a small amount of meter, which was kind of cool. But almost always you saw them spending them in ones instead of twos.
ベリラン
終わり
終わり荒らされた荒らされた嵐ただの嵐だからこれ
I think Karate only needed 3 bars,
くだらない
いやもうそういうレベルじゃ
which
ない
is kind of cheap. Most characters need 4
そういう次元ではなかったですね
とりあえず6
for like a kill.
はい
And that, of course, goes to however much meter you want to spend.
配信までも
If you don't want to cash out with fucking, you know, modify your ender for however much damage,
またね
however much meter you want to spend. Subtract like 100, 200, whatever.
麦さんからもいますなんか告知
Dying on the inside. Tommy didn't win. Tommy couldn't hold it down for his
麦
team.
さんが土曜日ニュートン
I thought Tommy was the best player in the world.
暇な人はどうぞでは皆さんまた来週お会いしましょうお疲れ様でした
Now I see that he's not. This ain't no Tommy-chan. These names are lying to us. Nice buffer. That was super obvious. But Urian actually doesn't have anything fast enough to interrupt that. When you parry a special move, it only gives you 2 extra frames in addition to the move's recovery. And I think Lightning Legs literally has like no recovery. It just instantly goes from hitbox to hitbox. I don't even know if a throw would interrupt it, because throws are 3. I haven't done any work on my game since the last video I made. I don't think. Or not on the programming anyway.
キャラさだキャラさただのキャラさ
It's trucking along.
ダメだな
Oh, that's a punish. Surprised he needed the follow-up to kill. I thought it would just kill on the super.
あれタミさん今度は勝ってるよ
いやもうなんかもうどっ
You can just parry all the kicks because she can't lightning legs forever. A BAF PSO is an interesting idea, but if I made one, it would definitely be 2D.
ベリランだからベリランだから
アクション仮面さんの子供に何
Oh,
を
I
して
got him. Very high crutch fierce. The juggle state there is still 2 though.
遊戯会とか言ってくだらねえわとか言い出したら
かなり厳しいよね親としては相当ビビる
ほんとくだんねえとか言って
終わってるみたい
Oh, we got the freeze frame on Chun-Li being electrocuted.
エンジンあっさとか言って
He comboed the trade, I think. Did he?
エンジンあっさとか言って
No, not a combo. Chun-Li just wasn't blocking.
幼稚園行ってる感じなんだよ
って言ってなかったかな
そっか幼稚園4歳5歳ぐらい
じゃない
I like what they've done in KOF where you can like hold start to get a different version of a character and shit. So you can get your 98 Kyo and or you can get your fucking you can get your fire Kyo, your Nest Kyo. You can have your fucking Shiki or whatever it's called, or you can have your Rekkas. I really like when they do shit like that.
真面目に富永君直視すると思えねえわ。
That's why I liked
そう
variation
見
so
てくん
much
な
in
よ
Mortal
な。
Kombat. It's because it was like a whole fucking system mechanic of those.
大丈夫
Wow.
俺は常に真面目だから。
餅つきやってる。パパあの人悪者って言いそうだって。
いやいやいや正義の味方だから。正義。
A reminder that Dan's dad looks exactly like Mr. Crowley in every way. Except instead of a mask, it's Dan's dad's face. He's just got a red face and a long nose. Remember Team Dads in KOF 98? Where it was Hyder and Takuma and fucking Saishu? Has Saishu ever come back? He was probably in 2002, right?
甲州さんならお話しそう。確かに戦隊ものとかね語ってくれそうだよね。
Variations are the coolest idea, and that's why it's a shame that they're fucking locked into NetherRealm games. I wish everyone would just shamelessly steal it. The EX is on Shu, and it worked. How much damage does that do? I almost never see the damage value. It's pretty high, I guess.
2が限度。
Selecting supers in Third Strike is a little bit like it, but it doesn't change that much. Even when your character looks for their combos, like different combos to get different super setups, like Ryu,
戦隊ものめっちゃ詳しくない
that like doesn't happen that often. As Zoro, I pretty much look for the same setups for both my supers that I pick.
トミニー見てから画面外闘争最強です。
これは下風呂の回数を数える時間です。
下風呂の回数。あ、そういうこと。配役で、あ
That seemed too early,
なるほど
but it
確かに
worked. Very nice. Suddenly he was mashing too.
なんでトミニー入ってくんだってね。楽屋固定されてて。あの人好きっすよ。
And then, where's Thanatos? Get him on.
そう、ひも男爵さんね。
What if Thanatos never shows up?
あの人しか気づ
That
かな
would
かった。
truly be sad. I don't see him. Why is he even gonna show up to these things if he just plays once and then leaves? Most of the variations change quite a lot. There were some variations that basically changed the whole character. Like, the Ferrator one, where it deleted Farah. I heard some really interesting trivia about Farah recently, but I don't remember what it was. It was something really weird. Oh, it was like Farah's voice actress. Who the fuck voiced Farah? Someone look it up.
安くね
It was someone notable.
いやそうじゃなくて中パンでもいいしEX が出ないとかそういう問題じゃねえんだ。何を言ってるんですか。
Punish. I don't know who that is, so I guess that wasn't it.
お、いじられて
I'll
る
have
さ
to do some research.
これにてまた来週お会いしましょう。
Tara Strong.
またね
Which is it, damn it?
タックスさん動き
Car Strong is the one I was
税
thinking
制
of.
されてる税制
Twilight Sparkle, Princess Clara.
いやファックスフリーっす免税っすよ
免税
免税っす
免税だって免税だそうです。
マジで自由にやりすぎてタックスほんとやばい
Twilight Sparkle voiced this horrible gremlin
ああ、すまんて是正だわ。
that steals eyes.
大丈夫です、大して変わんないんで。
やめてあげてやめてあげて
大丈夫です人はね、そうそう簡単には変わんないんで。
さあこれは微妙な距離ですよね
I wonder if Super was available there. Tommy didn't take it. So probably not.
何回も何回もね、同じことをダメだこれやって繰り返してちょっとずつできるように。
Farah is indeed a child.
それ竜
Tor is the adult. They're the same species. I don't remember if they're related. I think they are.
でも
I think they're like, I don't remember if they're like father and daughter or brother and sister or what.
なかなかむずいからね。
まあそれ難しい難しい
Farah will eventually look something like what Tor looks like. Provided they're not dead, which they might be.
タックスが強キャラには強キャラ
強キャラには
だよって言って
強キャラだよ
って顔してるんですけど全員
There's a throwaway line in one of the openings that implies that they were killed between games
そう
in MK11.
難しいんですよ、一発で変えるっていうのは。
I have mixed feelings about all the new characters in 11. I don't like most of the redesigns. Jade is just fine.
ファックス
Don't like Scarlet.
ファックス
I have mixed opinions on Scarlet. She has more personality than she used to, but that's like nothing. That's like going from 0 to 0.1. I'm just saying it's a, yeah. Throwaway lines are a little bit, I don't know how much we can really glean from them. I like the idea of Frost being a cyborg a lot. It's a match made in heaven, I feel. And I also feel mixed feelings on the actual result. Satrion is fine.
そうなの
Her moveset's kind of cool. It's just recycled other stuff
適
from
正
like
全くでき
Injustice.
なくて一生かられるの
But, you know, it's kind of neat. It's a very interesting take on a defensive character. I like that they always go... It's like what they did with Tremor. They try to find weird ways for a character to zone. It's never just like have a good fireball. I shouldn't say it's never that. Because sometimes it is have a good fireball. Like Kano in MKX. Cybernetic Kano.
何それ
But usually it's like, here's my fucking unusual... Here's my 4 different fireballs that all hit different parts of the screen. None of them are that good, but it's just the fact that you got all of them.
さあ大井が遠征してきたんだっけ確かタックスね遠征してきたんだよああよく聞こえなかったけどまあまあなるほど
まあ、とりあえず遠征行ってきたってことね。
遠征行ってきた成果を見せてくれる
They did a little bit more with
なる
Jackie.
ほどなるほど
Jackie was just angry and nothing else in the last game. It's just fucking, we gave her the most generic, like,
ない
this character needed a,
まあいいんだよ、楽しかったら。
what do you call it?
わざわざタックス
A conflict, and we gave her the most generic conflict imaginable.
あ、そうなんだ。
And the, like,
へー
least, like,
優しい
objectionable, I guess.
そうきで優しいでし
癖直すのってその前後の動きから修正する。
She wants to prove herself.
あー
Okay,
まあそれ
boring.
もあるっすね。うっすピオラしてローキック単発だった。
ょマジさすがっすねさすがっすね
Her whole design was just so
だ
safe
よねとかそういう
I feel
じゃないよねもう
in
自分
MKX.
で言ってるけどさタックス
Now she's like Cassie 2.0, which is like better but worse.
時点でありえない
うん、まあ確かに。普通に大経営で終わったんだけどね。
要は技が出なくても中攻撃か大攻撃以上当てればね強攻撃出せば
あ
そういうの
Cassie was good.
まだ
あピオルピオルピオルピオル。
必殺技が出なくても
The other 3 were all
ああ、それ大パンチ。
not as
壊しで
good.
ね必殺技出なかったら壊しで終わっちゃうから
あ
Takeda was kind of cool. I do like Takeda. Takeda's just like Gohan.
さあ俺前行っちゃダメって言ったよ。行っちゃダメって言ったよ。
He's like a shy, passive guy who was raised by like some fucking super combat fighter.
シボンヌしな
And
い
he has like superpowers, but he doesn't like fucking.
まあ EX 出ないからしょうがない
He's not about that.
トミに全然立ち台系振らないですね
He's like psychic
あー
and he can
立ち台系
fucking
ね
kill
強い
anyone
け
in the
どねバ
room
レんと
in
や
1
べえから
second with his
ね
brain.
怖いんすよあれ
But he's just like, oh yeah. Nice car uppercut. Will this kill? Yes. Immaculately. I asked even though I already knew it would because it's always the same combo.
どれですかあ、我慢できないとってやつそういうことなるほど、そうなんですよ。垂直されるってやべえんすよ、あれ。がっつくのは大学生まで、確かに。
Gohan had like a super high base power level, like higher than
我
anyone.
慢できない子はダメだよ。めっちゃ楽しみになって。
Gohan like could have been the chosen one if he actually fucking put his ass to it, but he didn't. They bring that up. Remember, it took Kid Goku ages in Dragon Ball to get to so-and-so power level that he's at in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. And Gohan can already spike past that as like a 4-year-old.
富永さんに言われるより吉原で言われる、富永さんに吉原で言われる方がいいですか、富永さんに言われなくていいんですか。富永さんも多分お願いすれば言ってくれるよ。
パーフェクト返し。
富永さんも我慢できない子はダメだよって言ってくれるっすよ。興奮する？
違う意味で興奮する。憤りを感じる。
いやー。
Goku basically gets bullied into being a productive member of society by
や
Chi-Chi.
ばいね。
It's like you can't train all the time, you've got to be a fucking human.
やばいね。
But yeah, there's like Bulma's family and Hercule's family, who are both super rich.
今年一難しい時だったわ。難しかったっすか。
我慢できない子はダメだよ。
Not only that, but Hercule's family is super rich because he supposedly saved the world, which was actually Goku. So you shouldn't even feel bad fucking bumming that money. It's like technically yours. Well, technically it's Gohan, but you know.
我慢できんか。そこ我慢できんか。いやさすがにでしょ。
Oh, you know, he could have already been super rich. I don't remember.
興奮した？オッケーブロだね。
さあ、下風呂の民。
ナイス。
I don't know why it took so long for them to design Hercule, Mr. Satan, for Toriyama to design him. Because I feel like he's got the most Toriyama design of all Dragon Ball characters.
え、文字届いたでしょ、今どう見ても。
Goku's named after food too. Well, Kakarot.
はあはあ
Goku just comes from Son Goku, which is Son Wukong. Chi-Chi means breast milk. I don't know Goten's a food name, to be honest.
さあ、若干絶望的。
Every single Saiyan is a vegetable.
アクションか仮面さんが賢者タイムになってる。厳しい。 フレッシュさがなくなっちゃう。
Toriyama said yes to that. Toriyama said if you're half human, you can get to Super Saiyan easier than if you're full human or full Saiyan. But that was obviously just like a fucking lazy like explanation for why the fuck Goten could just go Super Saiyan and be as strong as Goku as a fucking like
じゃあそれ言ってもらって
whatever how old he is, 8-year-old.
俺たちが子供さんの面倒ちゃんと見ますんで。
But it doesn't make any sense if you just look at it. Think about how long it took for fucking Trunks and
スマホ見てるぞ。
Gohan to get to Super Saiyan in History of Trunks.
死んだ
But then again, that was non-canon. But it is canon that fucking Trunks became a Super Saiyan from fighting the, you know, androids.
お子さんにも同じこと
There's like no possible reason that Goten and Trunks should have Super Saiyan powers.
ピヨッタ
Yeah, maybe because Goku, I don't know. Yeah, but Goku had already become a Super Saiyan
いざ言われた方が
when
来年の顔浮かんだ
before Goten was born. Maybe he went Super Saiyan to fuck Chi-Chi.
確かに
And that's why Goten can fucking do it so early.
どうしたの
I kind of like that theory. We don't know whether Vegeta had already gotten the Super Saiyan when Trunks was made, do we? I don't think he had been, but I don't remember. He revealed Super Saiyan versus 19,
でねえから全然
and by that point Trunks was just born, I think.
全然わかんない。
タミさんがモンスターファーム初代で金稼ぐ方法って何って聞いてきました。知ってる方
He'd already made it Super Saiyan
うまい
before 19.
うんプロ今プロに聞いてるから
いるの需要あるしかも。
Strong traded with the stomp.
モンスターファーム
Very
初代
interesting.
でお金の稼ぎ方知ってる方求むうまい
Oh, he missed.
モンスターファームは武蔵伝でデュラハン産ませて大会で稼ぐのですだってやっぱそうじゃん
He's the ultimate antagonist? What about Broly?
言ってみるもんだね。知ってる人
The
がいる
Broly movie came out after Super ended.
プロいた
Oh, that was sad. If Alex got like a jump fierce, stand forward super, it would have done a good chunk of Chun-Li's remaining health, and she would be in the corner.
だからやっぱ結局捨てモンスターじゃん
I would say that probably of all characters ever introduced, Jiren is probably like the strongest, right?
金かかる年頃とかになったら
Including like Ultra Instinct Goku and like all that. It took like 4 people at full power to beat Jiren.
メモってる。
うちはあ
He
そう
wasn't trying for half of it.
あ移植なんだ
But Jiren's not even the strongest character introduced because it's probably fucking Zeno-sama
修正させる時の記憶力の後
or El Grande Padre.
あれ確か髪ドラクエウォークやってなかったっけ？
引退
あれ
引退した
あれやってたよね確かね。
やってないですやってないってそんなものはやってないって言ってます
だってあいつ
I like that Super brought 17 back, but I didn't really like what it did with him.
人を障害者みたいに言って
確かに
るら
2週間前にキングスライム言ってたのはなんか確かに言ってた気がする
Good dash too. Is that true? I forgot that. I thought it was with the strong ones.
大変じゃないですか
I don't fucking remember.
ダダっこされたら終わる終わる。
Oh yeah, they was like fucking the strongest get to survive because they were the weakest. We never saw full power Broly, right? He was fucking growing non-stop. Dude's not done. Wait for the next movie, he'll be even stronger.
子供を我慢させないと正義みたいなのになんないですかね。
The gods of destruction are still not as strong as the angels.
我慢させない。
そう、まあでも納得させるって感じだからね。ただわがままを聞くだけじゃないだろう。
Why can't they have had a fucking heel turn for the angels? I called that shit so early and I'm so mad that it never happened. Because it would have been way better than what we got.
麻雀しかしないわ。
いや、ガージャも我慢なんじゃない？
なんの？
ガージャも我慢なんじゃない？
I feel like I would have made Whis a lot better of a character if he was the only angel that didn't heel turn.
しかやんねえってぶち切れてたから。それ我慢すりゃいいじゃん。
And he gave some advice on how to fucking deal with angels or some bullshit like that. Where he like helped. And he was the like outcast among them. Whis, I didn't mind Whis. I kind of liked his personality.
タミさんそれ要素じゃないの？
But they were
要素が出ないの？
they didn't do anything with him. If Whis was the only angel that heel turn, I don't think I would like that. Caroli. I want that.
つえ、C つえ。
The angels were so like menacing, you know what I mean?
から理論派に育ってんだ。
They were all just a little amoral, you could tell. But they didn't do anything with that. Them being demonstrated as slightly amoral
俺たちだって
would have been really, really cool for a heel turn.
感じるでしょ。まあまあそうなんですけどね。
まあこのゲームに理不尽感じてますけど。
まあ理不尽か。アクション仮面さん外戦に理不尽さ感じないんですか？納得できてます？
A Broly, starring Broly
タ
series.
ミさんそれ社
Interesting.
内パン近代系にした方がいいくね。
I don't know if you could teach Broly to fucking do the fusion dance. They'd have to put Tara.
やってて思ったそうです。
They like gave Goku's Ultra Instinct a particular name and said it was a type of Ultra Instinct.
外戦打った
And then it was the only one. It'd be kind of cool if Goku and Vegeta got different Ultra Instincts, but to be honest, I want Vegeta to get something entirely separate.
なんだようちなんだよそれ。
I'm content with Vegeta never going Ultra Instinct. I want him to find his own path. I feel like that's what Vegeta's character has been building up to, and that's what they were doing during Tournament of Power. It's just like I have to fucking keep up with Goku, keep up with Goku. It's like, what if you just fucking did something else? What if you were strong in a different way?
あー出なかった。レイドーが出なかった。
ちゃんとやっ
それ
て。
ずるくない？
ちゃんとやって。効力温存。効力温存。
クラゲが。
お疲れ、ヘビさんお疲れ様です。
Goku's ears weren't pierced. He put on the Potara earring using fucking superpowers. He was squeezing that fucking earring as hard as he could. Pierced his own ear.
たった今理不尽が行われてます。
つえ。
だってやってる旅の方絶対適当だから。
Nice, cool combo.
わかるもん。
Usually you see the knee there. I don't know why he did the towards fierce. Trying to use down towards fierce in neutral. Uh-oh. Whis just says that, like, the Ultra Instinct is incompatible with Vegeta's calculating nature or whatever.
パクってなかったけど。
But unfortunately, I feel like that line, it might have been a bad throwaway line. It might have been a nothing line and not a plot point.
ナイスジャンプ大パンだね。
Nice.
ナイス膝だね。 まだ全然わかんねえんだよなこれ。
あれ膝って5フレあれだっけ
まあ5か6どっちでも勝ちだよ。
勝ち攻略だったら負けあれ6だったら負けるじゃん衛星で
プラさん、
いやプラ2でしょ強攻撃だわ
あ、そっか膝
Why
か。
not back throw? MG jump throw was pretty cool there, but if he threw Chun-Li into the corner.
だから5か6でだいぶ違うんだよ
あ、そうだね。ニュートン10先で忍さんとかやらないんですかね、だって。
あ俺10先全く興味ないんで全く興味ないんで
だそうです。
そもそも10先の曜日にあんまり行かない
I do like Super Vegeta a lot, that he's
あ、月曜は
more at peace. He's like a let's get this over with kind of guy.
この間なんか
He never really truly hit that
若松さんとかに
in Z. It felt like he was going to.
やめていいっすって断ったから
Dude, there were so many scenes in Z where it's like he's a combat genius.
プロ、足忍みたい。キャラなりたいないんですか。あ、プロ、武蔵ではモンスターファーム2の方かもしれない。マジで。てかさ、移植版ってどうやってさ、CD の再生やんの？
I didn't like that Ultra Instinct was like angry, to be honest. I would have liked if it was more
原
Zen.
作？
If it was more like fucking parry stuff with your eyes closed.
そうなんだ。それはユリアン剣。いいっすよ。じゃあこれ終わったらやります。
サードの何に興味あるサードの何何にも興味ないなんだろう難しいなんだろう
Oh, was that EX Stomp? What was that?
吉高さんこんばんはってもう終わりです。まああと30分ぐらいですかね。まあちょっとでもゆっくりしていってください。ぐだぐだ話してるんで。
相手はめて相手が普通の表情してたら気持ちいいなってそのぐらいしか楽しみないんだけどこのゲーム
I wouldn't call either of them good family
なん
men.
だろうあれですよ2年前の2月15日の日からですよ来ればよかった
Vegeta beats Trunks just off
あ
screen,
れのせいですよ
and Goku's just absent.
東大戦で4人しかいなかったしこれ来なきゃダメだろさすがにってそう半年ぶりぐらいに東大戦来たら4人しかいなかったんだよ
これはみんなの力を合わせてやるしかないなと。
I tried to chase it.
10先すればその表情がいっ
That
ぱい
what kind of play is that from Chun-Li? That's wild.
甲州さんとセーラームーン
Jump, stomp, and then land instant EX. See how he got parried out of that stomp and he bounced off instead of landing?
皆さんこれタックスさんにアザース
This
言って
matchup
食
is
べて
pretty
ください
bad.
ね。
I think tier list put it at A2, but I don't know whether it actually is.
あ
I know my match versus Alex is free as fuck.
あ
もう3回でいいかなと思って
ああ
もう
普通にのじ合いでいいじゃんは。
And most Alex players say Chun-Li is worse than Oro. Probably about 10 of the 19 some characters in this game. Chun-Li just handily hands an ass kicking to like 10 of them.
EX ピョンが
さあダブル吹き上げしに来た
ダブル吹き上げしに行き
我慢で
ました。
きなかったらしい
もう我慢できない
我慢できないからダメだよ
I like the idea of Frieza actually fucking... I don't mind the idea of bringing Frieza back, even though he's basically the Dio of fucking Dragon Ball. But I like the idea that Frieza has always been spoiled his entire life and never actually applied himself. And yet he's still as strong as he is. It's like, what if he did fucking apply himself? Same with Fat Boo. Fat Boo has never fucking worked a day in his life.
ワンチャン ワンチャンミマラに対策聞くまである。
But what if Fat Boo worked out? He'd be
なんか教えて
fucking
くれ
fit.
なんか教えてくれ
He'd be Fit Boo.
あいつの
And that's what we almost got, but then we didn't.
同キャラだと
We got
結構
teased with it.
同キャラはね、同じ距離全く同じ武器で戦えるからね。
そうそう
その時点で引ける可能性はあるよね。
そうそう
わーってなってる。わ
No, they had a Fit Boo.
天才
ー、跳ね返ってきたね。
読み合いが始まった。今ので傾向と対策を練ってますね。
In the original,
Okay.
in Super, they had a Fit Boo. Hercule was like working out with him and got him in shape somehow.
まあ、あそこは食らっても知らないからね。
Since Hercule's apparently the only guy who can convince Boo to fucking do anything.
これね。
I love that those two are butt buddies. It's actually funny as hell.
入んないっぽいよな。死んだね。
これね、難しいんだよね、これ。ガン講義見てからしますもんね。
Hercule's a super based character.
あっざーしたーだって。絶対やると思った。楽しそう。
Hercule actually genuinely did participate in saving the Earth in several different ways. He called out for the spirit bomb,
ダブル吹き上げやらせてあ
and
げ
he
たいね
fucking befriended Boo.
俺のキャラダブル吹き上げ簡単なんだよ。
忍さん、たまにはユリアの10割コン見せてください。
俺先週見せた気がするけど。アナゴさんにやったよ。確か。
Bobbity, it was something about his dad, maybe. He was trying to reclaim his dad's fucking.
あとみんな勘違いしてるけ
I
ど、
don't fucking
ここでは
remember.
ないからね。
簡単に取れる。簡単に取れるから。ぶっちゃけ。
I feel like Hercule was set up for a character that you would hate, but then he ended up being too cool. You know what I mean?
ね、じゃんけんにはな
I
る
feel like his
バカ
like
だから
his combination of traits are almost always used by like villains, just pure like unredeemable villains in media. But then Hercule ended up being like a genuinely nice and like kind of humble guy.
誠って10、誠はあります。
あるな。
誠はあります。
Chun-Li's nasty.
ジャンプ台系指導だったら 1.5 ゲージで死にますね。スタンして。
最強技です。あんな技ないからね。
I remember that the villains of the Android Saga were supposed to be 19 and 20,
まあむずいっすね。これ死亡です。
and literally the editors were just like, "Wow, these characters look like shit. Make better ones." And Toriyama's like, "Oops, sorry," and he made 17 and 18.
今日な、旅に10割できそうだったんだけど見せたかんな。
ああ、あれね。
2回目ね。2回目スピアが出エースが出てれば死んでた。
I feel like Phoenix Wright is the best example I've ever seen in a fighting game
すげえ引っ張ってた。
of a joke character who's actually functional and good.
さっきと一緒。
He's even nicely themed around his own game. Faust is definitely humorous, but I don't know if I'd go as far as to call him a joke character. I meant like joke character, like bad, being bad on purpose is being part of it.
今入れっぱだった。
And Phoenix Wright is bad on purpose.
チュンリーにダブル失敗するたびにトミニーにビンタしようぜだって。
体を張っていく体を張っていくさダブル吹き上げ芸人みたいじゃんやばくない
You think that Dragon Ball would just only be install supers, but the problem is they made all forms into like separate characters. Oh, just go play Budokai.
絵面やべえ
Oh, he got the
今の
TC somehow. That's weird.
これ見ちゃうやつ
ね。
反応して膝を押さなきゃまあそれ出られない
結局コマンド同じタイミングで入力できればチュンリーにダブル確定す
Love
る
that combo.
と
That close roundhouse leads to Kikosho if you're running Kikosho. And it's actually one of the coolest things Kikosho has.
します
Unfortunately, you can't juggle into SA2. So that really cool combo is just gone from this super art.
いやこれは単純に読まれてる
Oh, baby. Oh, okay. Just a few.
やりすぎ
He
て
didn't mash it. That's like how many you get if you don't mash.
カッとか言って普通にガードされてる
It can be like 40 hits for the light one, I think. At that point, you're basically just giving Makoto meter. The fairies aren't difficult. You just don't know when they're gonna
ミッ
end.
ドマッチっていうか決め打ちですねジョーさん東西生産者全員の人形往復ビンタそんなのあんのあ終わんないねまだそれそもそもみんな嫌だと思うよパチン
Oh my god. Not like this. You have the free win. All you have to do is just block the whole super. Okay.
下風呂じゃないとダメだなっつって
超強いよ
SGGK やるってことは投げが出るってことでしょああ EX するやればねまあテイク EX する気ねノーマルになった時はもう寒すぎるからね
まあねけどそのリスクがないとちょっと強すぎるよねあの技は
あの技ぶっちゃけ辛さとあの2択だけで超
Makoto landed one
半
hit.
端じゃなく強いから
Love that combo too. If you get the down towards sphere slow enough, you get the close run us as well. But it's really hard.
やる
最強なんですよいやーっていうの
そうそう重要なのが負けてもいいからダブルやつないこの意識結構大事早尾さんってやるときに負けてもいいからギガさん食らわないみたいなそういうことそういうこと
ピヨるよピヨったね
How is Tommy getting fucked? I didn't think this was possible. Is it really just play Chun-Li and you win? Oh my god, I hate when people do shit like that. Play good, don't play bad.
でもあれ開幕やっていい行動になってたから
あれやべえんだよな
やべえ今のだったら全然やっていいじゃん
ジャンプも食うしさ
You know that round start super is dumb. Don't lie to me.
やっぱりね
まあブローられたらダイパーとさワンチャンあるからね。肌やったらだからこれなんだかんだでこれケンゲリアンやんなくて済みそうだ。
That dash punch was so close. Just only missed the car grab that surely would have grabbed Makoto.
俺の剣なんか見てもつまんないっすよ。
そうそうそう、俺のユリアンなんか見てもつまんないっすよ。
どっちが重要あるんだ。やっぱタミさんのチュンリ
Oh,
ーのが
down
重要あ
towards
るん
Roundhouse.
ですよ。タミさんのチュンリーな、結構見てて面白い瞬間多いんだよな。あおう。
That was kind of a long thing to go for
今度全部
on a
読
standing,
ダブルは
like, non-knockdown.
ダブルはやらない。
The physics in SF5 look bad,
全然ダメ。
but the animations themselves look good. It's just like they've got certain things, parts of the clothing that are like
あんなに大きい
free
ね
floating, and they often get stuck or lost.
嘘
It still works a lot better than it did in SF4, where it literally just clipped through whatever.
相当試合
Now
見せても
Kemi's like braids will actually rest on her legs instead of
ダメなの。
running through them.
数えてた人いた。ビンタ4発だって。
見たよマジで。
It's an improvement, but it's not good yet.
そうよ。
いやいやいや。もうかん
I don't need to see this calm Chun-Li get fucked up.
さおい
Oh, we might be done with this video. No, this is a real Ken.
じゃない。
破いてないんですけど、かわいそうに。
あ、俺コンボ練習は一切やってないっすよ。そう、サブキャラ使うの減ったっすね。だから使わないとどんどん弱くなってくるんですよね。
Trying to use that low short to prevent the forward dash, but he didn't find it. Oh my god. That was so close. That was instant air EXX kick maybe? What was it? Yeah, instant air EXX kick.
まあ使ってもいいんだけどさ。
I was verifying that Makoto actually left the ground. Yes, juries, well, I've heard mixed things from different people. I personally think it's shit. We were talking about that last stream I had. We basically came to the consensus that most of them are alright,
面白かったっすよね。
except that one. And also maybe
ワンチャン
Akuma's.
あれで俺が
Akuma's is also hit or miss.
名前知れてきた感じですからね。3キャラ使う大会。
How do I deal with Oro? Also hard advice for me to give.
急に精密な動きが必要になってくる。
I need like specific things you're getting hit by. Parry the launch.
一確認する。
I don't know how Makotos do their instant air kicks. It's a mystery to
まあ
me.
ダットリーをそうか。
そうですね、ダットリーそうですね。
ダットリー俺大体もうなんだろう。ダッキングでやってるからあんまりいらないんで。
I really like the idea of something skin tight on top for jury, but something like baggy pants. I think that's a cool combo. Nice. Parry into stand jab.
ドミニー・チュンリーとかかすぎて最高だったって言われてる。
If she had that bodysuit, but then the baggy pants on as well, I think I'd really like that. Double DP, light medium.
あれ確かバナオが考えたんですよね。
そうそうそう。GAO2 みたいな感じで自分が優勝するために考えてるんですよ。
Cool. I've often mentioned that juggle, but Ken's rarely go for it.
バナナの部位でもありますからね。
そうそうそう
Oh, raw super just worked. Now Tommy can win. Now he did win. Nasty. Instead of jumping there, or fucking blocking, or whatever Ken did, instead of jumping then blocking, Ken should have done DP cancel the super. You think she should just have an empty socket?
やめてあげてそんな昔のバノ対
That's right, she does have the eyes for both of her triggers. It's there, she takes the eye patch off during the fucking trigger animation.
はい。
I don't understand how her eye is allowing her to fucking zip around. But whatever. I can kick and then I can fucking do another kick without moving.
サード勢がサブキャラ使えない人が多すぎてあの大会やんなくなっちゃったんですよね
だって途中から異なる SA で別キャラ
そうそれになった瞬間なんか生き生きとした人が現れ始めて
Oh, that's a cool read. Nice DP. It failed, but that was a cool motion.
でも長く楽しむためにはいろんなキャラ使うっていうのはかなりいい方法ですよ。
He fucking put in a coin. This isn't. What the fuck was that?
しなければ大丈夫何にもしない
This isn't online edition. That was a real coin. Or like this isn't like GGPO. That was a real coin being put into the fucking machine when they're playing on event mode, which is free.
店員が基盤を壊していく
Or I don't know if they're playing on event mode. I imagine they are.
モードにいきなりバッて入っちゃえば大丈夫ですよ。
あそうなんだ
No, they're definitely playing on event mode, but I don't know if they've got it set to free. Would be more accurate. This Ken was getting comboed. He just slipped a coin in. I respect that. When you're playing online, like putting in coins is like the taunt slash the respect, like the real life player fucking taunt respect. The host.
ラストラスト
That was another coin being put in.
ラストマッチ
And they're saying last match.
なんだっけフリーズバグって新基盤だと治ってんだよね確かそう治ってんだよね
Putting an actual physical coin in during your opponent's combo.
そんな
Hilarious.
ケンステージで両手を離してれば8割ぐらい大丈夫80%触って
This Ken is good. It's just Mabo Tofu. Oh,
だから怖いからもう
that should an uppercut.
そのテストスイッチとか電源スイッチ
Or super canceled. There we go.
もういじれるところに置いといてもらうと
I'm actually about to leave.
外もできますから。
This video is almost over and I don't want to watch another one. And I want to eat something.
で一回消したらすぐにはつけずに
Oh my fuck, putting in a coin while pairing Chun-Li super.
まあそもそももう孫と相手に投げる
I thought that shit couldn't get more stressful.
意地でも打撃で殺してやるって思ったそれぐらいの勢いじゃん遅らせ
Oh, that DP. And he got the Kara. What the fuck? Nice. Why? That he Ken did backdash into like low forward and it grabbed the low forward. You can see it. You can see that low forward frame. That moves Ken forward to do that button. That's sad though. Oh, he missed it. Tell me, please. Got him, I think. Looked like the frame.
さあこれ
Yes, you can dash in and sweep.
あれ思ったよりその難しいんだよね
I think you can also dash in and throw. It might take 2 dashes, I don't remember.
じゃあ今日のためにはビンタ7発で終了ですか。
It's technically possible to punish it with like a tackle, but it's annoying, so I recommend doing something non-charge. So I guess that's that. I'm gonna go and get some food and then probably fall asleep not too long after.
お疲れ様でした
Windows 10 is weird.
また来週
Not used to it yet.
バ お疲れ様です。
I had to upgrade because my new processor only works with it. Sad. I've been using Windows 7 this whole time. Anyway, bye.